welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 236. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Zellner.
Hello.
Marc Augustiniak.
Hey, hey.
The Free Cheese, the weekly video game podcast about video games, brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. We almost hit the full. I'm just swapping seats out each week. I'm just like, you, fuck off. You, come in. You, go away.
All right, Gordon Ramsay.
That's what I do, man.
Fuck off. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
That's what happens. I'm glad you're both here. We miss Ben, but I'm glad you're both here.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have a podcast. This does not mean I never look forward to the podcast, but just today in particular, I was really excited for the podcast. Like normally it's like, yeah, it's Sunday, podcast, can't wait, boom, let's do it. But today I was like, I'm real fucking stoked for this I can't wait to do a podcast.
I was like, is there a particular reason?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just burning through my bones, you know what I mean? You have those weeks?
Just feeling it.
Yeah.
Some weeks where it's not like you're clocking in, but you're just like, yeah, we do a podcast every week. It's what we do.
Well, that's a good feeling.
But today I was like, man, we do a fucking podcast tonight. Yes!
Yeah, no, I actually played some different things this week besides Dota and Rainbow Six. That got me excited to talk again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited to hear about things other than Dota.
I mean, it didn't go away, but I played some other thing, you know?
No, it's good. It's good. If you just keep it that way, podcast can be a normal podcast.
But I still play Dota.
Give it time, my friend.
I'm done talking about it until something catastrophic happens, like a join Team Liquid. You know?
Yeah. Dude, I watched a little Team Liquid this weekend.
Where at? What tournament?
Halo.
Oh,
I watched a little bit of that World Championship.
How did that team do? Because that team that was at the Rainbow Six Invitational.
Dude.
Not good.
So this is really outside of like my attention to Evo and some Smash tournaments. I haven't gone deep into eSports stuff and the fighting stuff. Fighting games, honestly, like if I look back at any of my viewing of eSports, it has been through the lens of a fighting game in some capacity, whether it's Smash or Injustice or Mortal Kombat, whatever. So that makes sense to me. I'm looking at two dudes, right, on screen, side by side, boom. That's kind of all it is. When I'm watching FPS shit in a professional, I have no idea I don't know what's going on when I play a first-person shooter. And then trying to watch 8, 12, 16 people play at one time with 4 other dudes shouting over top of it about what they're doing and what. There's someone named Boo Boo Doo Boo. I don't know who that is.
But some of man, yeah.
You know who Boo Boo Doo Boo is?
I don't, but...
He was on Team Optic, I think,
okay.
or not.
Optic
I don't
Gaming.
know. He might not have been. I don't know. There's way too many team names. There's way too many everything. Esports is overwhelming as fuck.
It's cleaning up though.
It's like
It's cleaning up. Overwatch is that's the start of something. That's the revolution.
I guess.
I watched the more simplified versions back on like G4 on that show Arena.
Yeah.
It was like that was enjoyable. There was like a spectator camera.
I want to be in it. You know what I mean? I want to be. Now, like the one cool thing that Splatoon, I saw some of that from one of the recent competitions. They actually have like a thing built in when you do LAN mode in Splatoon 2. They have the commentator view where they can pin above and look down at the map and see in real time everything that's happening. So they'll do that where they kind of jump behind different players and they pull up. And not all of the games have something like that. I mean, some do, right? But I did honestly. I caught a little bit of the Rainbow Six stuff, and you can see that happening. It was cool. But I don't know I don't know who to root for. I don't know who to root against. I don't know any of it. Does that come? You just need to pick one and go. How do you pick one?
Just pick one.
They're all 16-year-old kids with goofy looking haircuts, so I don't know which one is which.
The only reason I started rooting for Liquid the way I do is because Ben's or Giant Bomb's Ben, I forget his last name.
Pack.
Yeah, he was the one talking about Miracle during the weeks leading up to the Invitational, and Miracle's on Team Liquid. So I was like, I started watching the tournament, and I saw his name pop up. I was like, oh, hey, I can get behind that guy.
That name, yeah,
there we go. Here we go. That's the start.
Yeah. I just feel like any of the names I recognize I hate because I see them like retweeted in my feed, and I'm like, fuck that kid.
We need like trading cards.
Yeah, I need
like Dota did.
Yeah.
No, but like physical.
Oh.
Like the baseball cards with the players. You have trading cards.
Oh, training cards. I thought you said training guards, as in like something to prepare yourself for esports.
Oh.
No.
I mean,
what do they have? Get like I was thinking shin guards.
Yeah, for that hardcore upper body gaming.
I do, man. I am nothing but hardcore upper body gaming. Nothing.
Gotta keep the ankles anchored.
Yeah. Did you guys have a good week?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Fine week.
Yeah.
Went by pretty quickly.
You went to a convention?
I did. Went to a little weeb fest known as KatsuCon.
What's the crux behind that? Is it just Weeb Fest or is it?
Yeah, like anime out the ass.
Is it like Otakon light?
That's a good way of putting it.
Okay.
That's a very good way of putting it.
I now have an image of this convention. Now.
It takes place at the same venue as MagFest.
Picture.
And now Otakon.
Oh.
Right. So it's at the Gaylord National Harbor.
Yeah.
It seems like it was more packed than MagFest, but then I found out it's because
also basket weaving competition, junk store.
Yeah. They like ending things earlier. It's not a 24/7 thing.
Oh.
And so there's no big ass arcade, so people don't have anything to do, so they just hang around like the floors
at the actual convention.
Yeah, but it's been more like I've seen a lot of Overwatch cosplay here than I did at MagFest. And then I got mad because MagFest, I was the protagonist from Doki Doki Literature Club, and there wasn't that many people dressed up as Doki. This time around, fucked up. There was a lot of Monikas.
Yeah.
There was even one holding a book of how to use Python for dummies.
Ah, man.
Like, it was a real book.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you dress up at all?
I just wore my platypus Kigurumi, a onesie. Big ass onesie. That's all I did. I was just being chill. I didn't feel like packing a lot.
Yeah.
I get that.
But yeah, there wasn't too much to do. They had a game room, but that was mostly fighting games, rhythm games, and
Did they have DDR?
They did.
Of course they did.
They had Dragon Ball Fighters, but arcade version.
Oh, that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Is it custom?
I was gonna say it has to be some kind of rig
it was
inside
like,
of a
well, then
cabinet.
there was like 6 of them, so it was like side by side where you're just fighting each other and stuff.
Huh. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
I think it was a rig inside of a custom cabinet.
Yeah, might have been.
I'm not sure.
That's fine though. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll have to.
I mean, that drew the biggest crowd. That was like the majority of the things there.
That makes sense.
I wonder how they got their fight sticks to work. Ben's still wondering that, I think.
Well, they're probably not using PC.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, obviously.
PS4's inside.
Probably. More than likely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just wasn't much.
Yeah.
There's not much I can say about it. I don't know. It was.
You went? You had food? Was the food good? Do they sell food at these places?
Oh, wait. I forgot that. Yeah, you know what? You brought up a good point.
I'm hungry.
The dank yarn nugs.
I had a light lunch today. I have not eaten dinner yet. I'm looking forward to some McNuggets tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We would order Uber Eats and get like the 40-piece nuggets for like $5 or something. Oh, right. Like
you
that.
texted us. You got a McGangbang.
Well, I meant to order 3 the next night, but I got 2 instead because they messed up the order.
Fuckers.
But that was filling enough, man.
Dude.
Like one McGangbang usually does it.
I might do one tonight.
Hey, nugs.
No, so that was pretty good.
Put them in all the holes.
But we were able to eat at the Maid Cafe they had there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like a very like limited time thing. And we were like last in line. Like thought we were cut off right at the gate. And then they're like, oh no, we just opened up a table. So like we had a chance to go in there, and that was pretty nice. People will like dance to music at certain times of the day during that. There was dogs that you could pet, like real dogs. Just
any
like
puggerinos?
No, one was like a Cocker Spaniel.
Move on.
No, bottom cage was a husky. That husky was adorable.
Right. Little Husky can hang out.
No, the food was good.
Yeah.
But small, like tiny. Like I ordered like these chicken skewers, and skewers are only like maybe the size of like a tech deck with like a couple things of chicken on it. But it was like 4 of them.
No.
So I ordered a bowl of edamame, and then like some like cake pudding thing. It was like a sponge cake. It looks like a cat they drew on it. It's like strawberry, and then on the inside is this banana cream pudding.
Dude,
that was really good.
So it's like a lava cake, but not chocolate.
Yeah, they had a chocolate version. It was called like a coffee bear or something like that. But I got the strawberry banana cream one.
Fuck, dude, I'm real hungry. What did you eat this week?
Not a strawberry banana lava cake.
Let's just talk about food for a while, and then I'll go to McDonald's. I haven't been to a little convention in a while. I should maybe do that.
Because the last time I went to the KatsuCon, that's where I found my one copy of I forget the name of it. It's a sequel to Hotel Dusk for the DS. That detective game that you
Yeah,
hold up.
yeah. I don't remember the name of it. I remember that now.
But like, so I found that same like booth there.
Yeah.
Of the guys selling all those like old games, and there wasn't as many as before.
You bought them all
Excuse me.
last year.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of cool like PS1 games there. Some of them were pretty rare, still sealed, but they were greatest hits. But even then, like the price was decent.
Yeah.
Like maybe like $60 or something.
For like Lunar.
No, for like Final Fantasy 9 or
Decent.
like Resident Evil 2 was one of them. Like, there were some game soundtracks, but they're all like Japanese importers. They're like $40. Saw a couple Castlevania ones, but not the one.
Yeah, it's the only one you really want. I think I have that.
A lot of Final Fantasy soundtracks, like basically for every game.
Final Fantasy has music in it.
Yeah,
A lot of it.
you might as well just get the theater rhythm one and call it a day.
Oh my god, dude. That game's so good. I need to go back to that. I never. Anyway, yeah.
That was pretty much it. Bought some cool art, and then
For anything in particular, or just
Huh?
for art for anything in particular?
Oh, well, I had to get this one Digimon print because there was like lack of Digimon there. Like where else to be the most appropriate place to have it, and that was the only one I saw. So I got that, and then what was the other ones? I sent in that chat. Oh, it was Animal Crossing one. That was pretty neat.
Isabel?
And then, oh yeah, yeah, she's in there. And then the other one was from Princess Mononoke.
I still never watched that.
It's basically Breath of the Wild condensed into a Ghibli film.
I'm alright with that. Matt, what'd you get up to this week?
Absolutely nothing. Same old typical week.
I gotta stop doing that hand gesture.
Go to work,
Yeah.
clock in, clock out, go home, or hang out with the girlfriend, or do
Clock
something.
in, clock out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Watch some Hell's Kitchen in between.
I can't ask for more, right?
No.
I watched a compilation recently where it was like the 6 times Gordon Ramsay actually liked the food.
Be careful. Be careful about the compilations because that's how this started.
Yeah.
And
That's
now
all.
I'm in the
That's all I'm about.
And now I'm Hulu in full seasons of Hell's Kitchens now. So and I'm watching it with my girlfriend. We know who wins this season, but we just watch it for when he yells at people.
Yeah, you have to.
So.
I should start Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, dude, it's good.
I'm in the middle of Roseanne, kinda. Anytime I'm away and she's...
I just love hearing that sentence.
What? Yeah.
Well, it's coming back, right? That's one of the reasons why you hopped back in?
No, I didn't even realize it was coming back. We were like 2 seasons in,
Is
and
it
I was
coming back?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
We were like 2 seasons in, and because I just, now that Prime's on Apple TV, I was like, what's going on here? And then, Roseanne. And then we just jump back in. I'm a big fan of returning to old shows from when I was a boy that she has some weird opinion about. Like King of the Hill. When we first got together, they still had King of the Hill on Netflix, rest in peace. And I was like, that was all I watched. That was my Netflix account. And she was like, why do you watch it? It's fucking bad. Or she didn't say it was bad. She just didn't. She always from afar assumed it was a show about rednecks and whatever.
And beer and
right. And I was like, no, you need to watch it. And I made her watch a couple episodes. And then like she, within a week or two, I think it was like 10 days, she watched all 13 seasons of King of the Hill. Wow. And then when we fucking moved in together, that was it. Like we just looped that. Like it was just, we had a Netflix account for King of the Hill.
You saw that picket fence a lot.
God, yes. And now it's to the point where like
privacy fence.
There are so many like moments in our lives together that are like predicated on King of the Hill. Like there's phrases we have or just things that we've bought because we thought Hank would do it. But it's not even like a conscious thing. It's part of who we are now at this point. I don't even know.
It's all right.
Just everyone personal memes to share.
Yeah. I know exactly which episodes to play to make her cry. It's a powerful show. I learned this week how babies are made.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Storks.
False. That's a common misconception.
Damn.
Another common misconception is that it comes from sperm going through the egg. Well, guess what? That sperm ain't working alone. He's got a friend, and I'm here to tell you why. I met a man this week. I met a man this weweek.
Congratulations.
Was chatting with him. We're gonna skirt around how I met the man.
Okay, fair enough.
Or where
He just ran into you.
just ran into a man. And he had a bottle of water, and he asked if I knew where he could get some more water because he's got kidney stones. And I said, oh, man, I know that. And he went, really? And I said, yeah, I had them once. Not fun. He was like, how'd you get rid of them? And I said, well, they zapped them. And then I don't even know. They just zapped them, and that was it. They broke apart, and I never knew the difference. I didn't have to do the painful part. None of that shit happened. And he's like, man, you know, I got zapped. Now I feel like Superman. And I was like, oh, wait a second. You're wearing a gaming headset in public on your head. You're not. Something's. All right, hold on. What? And I was like, yeah, Superman. Yep. I didn't get the reference. I didn't know what he was talking about. I don't know what he meant, but I just went with it. And he said, well, yeah, I feel like Superman. And now my girl won't give me no pussy. And I went, yeah, so the water
is away from here.
And he's like, yeah, you know, because now, because she's afraid she might get pregnant now that I got zapped. And I was like, well.
Like he's radioactive or something?
So the water, and he's like, because you know, everybody thinks that when you have sex, sperm has to touch the egg to make a baby. But sperm isn't strong. It can't get through the egg. So what happens is when you have kidney stones and they break apart, they pierce the egg, and then the sperm goes into the egg, and that's what makes it. The sperm needs the armor of the kidney stone. And see, that's why people get pregnant, is because a lot of people don't even realize they have kidney stones, but they're so small that they just pass without them realize it when they nut up inside.
That's where I break.
Is that his words?
He's saying all of this in public loudly. But he's doing that thing that people do when they're talking in public about something they shouldn't be talking about in public, and he's just like, you know, and then like that's when they like inside the
just looking around.
But yeah,
it's free real estate.
And that just kept going on.
So Kal-El gets in the pod
and on, and I'm like, I was like, so the water, and he's like, well, hold on. He's like, look, let me ask you this. How can a woman get pregnant if she never had sex? And I was like, I don't think I want to go here, dude.
That's a very religious
like,
thing.
I don't think I want to go here, dude. And he's like, if a man doesn't penetrate, but he just gets close, and he's got kidney stones.
Like I can just right now for some reason I'm picturing the Game Boy screen.
Yeah.
Then you hear boo-doo-woo-doo, and it's a little Pokemon evolution thing happening, but because the item you selected was kidney stone, use on human, and then it's
super effective. I don't know where or what or why.
The human race is a curious species, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, New York's a very fun place. I got this cool sweatshirt in New York.
What does it say?
It says, I'm a squid and a kid. I don't know what it says. It's written in squid language from Splatoon. Went to the Nintendo store. Had a hot trip to New York, man. By hot, I mean, it was moderately weather. But it was lightning fast.
Oh, yeah.
We took the bus up. Bus was late. By the time we got off the bus, we were 40 minutes past when we assumed we'd be there. Katie had made an appointment to get her nails done at this place she likes up there. So we had limited time. So we had to get off the bus, jump on the train, go uptown to New York, grab a couple things, get on the train, go back down, get her nails. I had to go get her flowers that she ordered. She likes the place up there she ordered. We ran errands in New York. That's all we did.
But you're just going up there just to go up there?
Yeah.
But while you're up there was things you just wanted to do.
She wanted to get her nails done because the place she likes to get her nails done up there was doing some special design or something. She wanted to go there and get that. And then she found some flower shop. And she was like, oh, I want to get flowers. So she made a flower order to pick up at the time she finished her nails. But then it all got fucked up. And then normally when we go up, we make a day out of it.
Right.
Well, bus tickets, if we just left a little bit earlier than we normally would have, we would have saved like $30 or something for Buster. I don't know what it was.
Like Mega Bus or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she jumped on those tickets and it ended up meaning that we had like 3 hours and 20 minutes in New York.
I always just I buy one to go up, and then I don't plan the other one. That I was like, it's
a dangerous man.
It's kind of like, well, I had to do that for my birthday that one year.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like it's almost around the same price. You're spending about the same.
Usually, depending on the bus, depending on the day. But
yeah, that's true. The time is what makes the difference with that. Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it worked out. We got up, came back at a decent hour, had Taco Bell. Matt hung out with the Paparinos. New York's pretty good.
Yeah. Did you run into any turtles or anything?
No turtles up there. I did run into them when I got home, though. And I played a little bit of Injustice 2. We need a segue theme to talk about video games. We don't have that, but...
Oh, I wasn't even trying to segue. I was
it's
just making
high noon. I don't know.
I mean, no, we just need we need a song that comes in as we start segueing into talking about video games.
Okay.
We've been around for a while. We should have that by now, I guess.
What's that one? What's the one theme? Is it called EMM1? What is the Doom theme? Like the first stage?
I don't remember.
I'm messing
Ben?
up. Sorry, Ben. I'm failing.
Yeah. No, I played Injustice 2. I tried out those Ninja Turtles. They're out now. Did you try them?
Oh, yeah. That's like, I dropped every other fighting game.
Yep. Hot. Gone. Over it.
Making up combos and everything. I think I'm like, level like 12.
Oh, dang.
Or 13.
Dang. Yeah, I stopped at some point. I played it. Yeah, Tuesday I was off. I played them a lot on Tuesday.
Yeah, because I did that multiverse world.
Yeah.
Except for...
The fucking Sub-Zero fight is
what
a nightmare.
Dressed up as Scorpion.
Yep.
Level 20.
Yep.
It's like, there's nothing I can do right now.
It is hard as fuck.
And the Valentine's world is worse. Have you tried that?
No.
Each stage, there's like a dumb power.
Oh, I did do one. I did the first one where it was like... Fuck that one.
No, like there's one where it's like you can pick up little candy hearts that give you strength for that amount of time,
or health. They regen your health.
Or
that's the one I got.
Or there's ones that make you weaker. Or there's ones where a Cupid flies around the screen, air projectiles, and you do massive damage.
I didn't do that one. I only did the one where it regens health, and it was a motherfucker because you would like lay down this sick ass combo, and then boom, they're just all the way back at their full health. So if you didn't like run shit and just do a combo that got them all the way down to the end of their meter, you were just sitting there spamming shit over and over.
I gave up on that one. But yeah, I've only been Michelangelo.
Dang. He's really good, dude.
I've been no one else.
I think Mikey might be. So here's how they play. Leo has swords. They like largely like all their combos are the same. They just have subtle differences. Well, fuck, you don't even know, so I can't.
No. I watched the live stream before they came out, and I can. Plus, I just knowing them, I know how they would fight.
Yeah, but they like some of them like the. And now it's been a couple days, but like back forward triangle. Is that one of their?
It's I know there's back forward X or square.
I think it's back forward triangle. With one of them, they do one thing. They each do something different with that particular combo.
Oh, like with their weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it is.
But
yeah, it is. It is back forward triangle.
With Raph, he doesn't do anything. Just nothing happens. But what it does is he like does this weird little move, and he fills up his circle meter. And the more there's like 5 stages of it, the higher you fill it, and you tap circle, he unleashes this badass fucking combo. Somebody else has a thing like that where you kind of like build it and then whatever. But Mikey's fun with the skateboard. Like, the way he pulls that in and just...
It's good for setting up your special. If you... Because...
like
your ultimate or whatever you want to call it. Because you can either... Because if you... What is it? If you use X, you'll, like, dash underneath of them. But then I found out if you... change one of the moves to like the shell sliding one. I think that does no skateboard does a better job because there's no time to recover from it, so you can link that right into a special, and Mikey has pretty good reach, so like when they're bouncing back down, hit them with the nunchuck. Oh man, they can't block it.
That's so good. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Like I did the multiverse, I ran through some ranked matches, I did a bunch of stuff just like one after the other. I don't know, did you get any cool gear?
I got gear, but like it's whatever.
Yeah, I got like a piece here, a piece there that was like, oh, okay. Oh, their eyes are white now. I don't like the the way that you need to go about. Like, I wish that you could just freely choose between them.
But you have to save loadouts because the weapon changes on what turtle it is, whichever one you equip.
Which, I mean, it makes sense.
Once you get to level 5,
so
you have 4 slots.
What is that? What does that look like? I don't know what that looks like. So
You
there are not
need to-
4 different characters on the main menu.
So,
There-
like-
No,
so-
it's
one
turtle.
Okay.
But it's,
When you pick your costume, you pick...
No, like yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's like it'll show you loadouts if you have them saved, and then it'll ask you which one you want to pick, and then when you pick that loadout, it'll say the proper turtle's name.
Okay.
Yeah, but you've got to choose in your gear, the weapon slot. You choose which one it is. And then that dictates which
Got it.
turtle it is.
Yeah, so when you're getting like mother boxes and stuff, you'll get various weapons for that.
You'll get a
turtle.
random sword, you'll get a random staff, you get a random whatever. The one thing I don't like about them is their intro
What
where they're-
do you mean?
in the fucking trench coat.
It's not always like that though.
It
'Cause-
seemed like it.
Well, I mean,
always
I
was
guess for
me.
the player it might be, but whenever I fought another turtle, they came in on their own. Like Donnie slid in on the cable with his staff.
Oh
Or,
really?
like Leo came in like doing like flips or something, or just like sitting there.
Because
Yeah.
every time I would load in, it was always walking
Yeah.
in like Raph, and I'm like, well, they don't all dress like that, just
Yeah.
Raph. And then like even that is pre-rendered; it's not in engine. So if I've got gear that whites out their eyes,
Yeah, none of that happens until he takes
until
off
he
the trench
takes it
coat.
off, and all of a sudden his eyes. It was like, what's going on here?
I don't have any like white-eyed stuff besides like the god skins that
Oh,
you would
yeah,
get.
yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like, that's
Yeah,
it's
they
not
look
exactly
weird.
what I want.
But they're a lot of fun. They kind of rejuvenated me with that game. I was already like dipping my toes back into it, but that really kind of
Mm-hmm.
set me back to it.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I hope that we get more. Not to be greedy, but I want a season 2. I want to see if Injustice can do that. I want that to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What else you guys get into this week?
So I just had it up. Here's one I haven't touched in a while with some progress. Super Bomberman R.
Oh yeah, dude.
I forgot I was doing the story on easy.
Oh yeah,
I just want to get through it.
yeah.
But I didn't realize that gives you coins
The story mode.
when you complete each like world.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on like the 3rd world now, and I got enough coins to get that Goemon.
Yeah, dude.
And I like whoever voice they did for him. I like it. And it's like they're just so close to making another game. Just make another game. So no, that's fun when I play multiplayer. Now I have a cool character, and I got Dracula and everything else too. So
Yeah.
I got the most important characters now.
I don't think there's stages. That's the big one there.
Yeah,
Unlock next.
because it's the boss fights. That's interesting. Like it's a
They're weird.
traditional grid at first, and then they get rid of that and just like run wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah, and then
it's
it
this
opens up
big
in like a
thing.
weird 3D.
I like that though.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like it feels.
You
like
just lay a bunch out and just run away from it, and it's like
Yeah.
you'll win every
They
time.
feel big and epic, like a badass boss battle should.
Yeah.
It's
That's good.
I don't want to call it like Bloodborne, but like it's
No.
it's got that like, whoa, this is a big thing. How the fuck am I gonna? Because
Where
like
do I start?
the traditional lanes, you're used to it. Like, okay, I'll lay one here and hopefully I get lucky and knock him, and then they grow into these big ass things, and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? And you just try a couple things, and oh, got it.
Yeah, but no, but if you want like that type of like Bloodborne feeling, I don't know if you would like Monster Hunter World or not.
Oh,
I that's a game I've been playing.
yeah. You haven't talked about that on air yet. You told us about it, but
Because it's I kind of like I have the same feeling now that I have before I bought it. Where it's just like I'm not sure. Like I kind of like I knew what this game was already.
yeah.
But now knowing, have a better understanding of it, I can see why it's fun. Because it's just pretty much, hey, go out there, hunt whatever you're supposed to be hunting for. You can kill other stuff on the way and loot everything. And then you carve stuff from the monster, and that will be ingredients towards your better armor and weapons. Rinse, lather, repeat. And like setting up everything it just feels... I feel like the software games did it in a much more simpler way. Where it's just, you have an item, you both have that item, boom. This one, it's like, okay, you can invite your friends, while you're in your like hub world lobby like town, they're not in your town with you, but like through the internet they just are joined, and then whenever you're ready to go on a quest, like they might teleport with you. But if it's a specific quest where it's like, hey, you have to go through these couple cutscenes first, then you have to shoot out an SOS flare, and then they can come join. But it's like, I already fucking invited them. Why can't that just start with me from the beginning? So it just, there's some, I don't know. It's like the options in this game, it's a little too inconvenient. Like it feels dated with the way how they're handling it.
Is that like in a post-Destiny world? Like if they had applied that to it, would it be better? Like I'm coming at it from that angle where like
I feel like Destiny
drop in, drop out.
Yeah, no, you can like kind of drop in, drop out, but that depends on the host settings, on like how they want to invite people and all that stuff. So like I don't know, like that part is weird to me. I feel like Destiny does a better job.
Because like, if they did that, if it was as fluid as Destiny is, but then had the monster hunting and stuff, that'd be.
And all it is just you playing your story, and it's just friends can just join in whenever to help you out with your stuff.
That's how Destiny was, right? Like I remember jumping into one of yours, and I don't think you wanted me there.
Jump in whenever.
Yeah. I remember coming in just, I don't know what the fuck I did, but I was like, oh shit, I think I caught you off guard one night.
Oh, I didn't. I probably didn't care.
Like trying out the weapons is kind of neat. Just trying to figure out like what works for you and what doesn't. Like because you start off with all your weapons, like very basic forms of them. So you can like, because they're all like in this like item box, and you can switch them out and go to like a training area and mess with it, try out some combos to see if you like it or whatever. It is cool when you're hunting a monster, but then another monster comes in and they're fighting each other. You just let them duke it out for a bit.
Oh yeah,
and weaken things for you. But the game feels locked at like 30 to 45 frames, and there is I'm not sure if it dips any lower than that, but like it just feels like I was playing like a PS3 game. Like I don't know. I mean, like making a character is cool, but like the options feel limited in the weirdest ways. Like you can pick different eyes and nose and mouth and all that, but there isn't much for like sliders to like make it really different. So like you just look weird in the cutscenes. It does use your character, so that's cool.
That's cool.
Like you don't talk or whatever. But yeah, I mean the game isn't about the story. It's all about the gameplay. It's just all about just keep doing the whole thing.
Say the same for Destiny in that regard.
Yeah. It's just keep grinding the same missions to get the rare pieces, so you can get the cool stuff.
It's like that for any MMO, I would say. There's very few of them where the story and the lore really.
It kind of has like that MMO-ish feeling, definitely. But yeah, I mean, like people love it. I see why. Like, I guess pulling off cool combos, that can be pretty cool. Whatever.
Feel powerful, yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm not far enough to like really get it.
That's what I ask how far you were.
I'm about. Well, I mean, my rank, because instead of levels, it's rank. My rank is only like 4 or 5.
Out of, I'm not sure.
It goes pretty high up from what I know. But
fair enough.
Yeah. But like I still feel like I should have a pretty decent grasp of it by now.
Are you stoked on the game? Are you?
I think I like the idea of it, but I don't know. Like,
did you drop out of 14?
No, I have been playing that. I made another character on another server. I made my Magnus.
Yeah.
It's just a Marauder, just a big ass dude, blood on his face and scars. And
I have one more question before we transition fully into Final Fantasy.
I don't know if we were. I was just wondering, like, because I totally dropped Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I enjoyed it, but I'm like, I can't do the thing, and I'm wondering if this kind of supplants that, like, because for me, like, the gameplay of Final Fantasy is what was holding me back, where I wasn't stoked to actually play.
I think
the world,
I think if the three of us were playing Monster Hunter, it'd be a good time. But like, you just have to tolerate a lot of like the menu navigation and just stuff like that. Like, if that doesn't bother you, then it's like whatever. Maybe I'm just very picky about it.
Yeah,
or like too critical. But
I'm gonna ask, like, the stuff you're like in the air about or frustrated about, like, is that something that can be fixed with like a minor patch, or is this something where they gotta completely overhaul the game?
They would probably have to overhaul a portion of it just to get everything fluent, because that's the thing. Like, nothing feels fluid.
All right.
It's a game where you have big weapons and your combos are slow, so you got to time them right, unless you have like the dual blades, or if you're just like spamming the bow. or something. But like everything has to be like, you just kind of have to pretend like it is kind of like a Dark Souls game, because like you're just heavy with the armor, and like you have certain stamina. You got to worry about what kind of combos you're gonna pull off, and so you can break certain limbs of the creature because they try to run away, and they'll stagger if you break their arms or something. So like all that affects them. So, like that's cool. Like there is details, they just don't really show it. So you have to like kind of have to like find the weak spots and go for that and try to like knock them out in the quickest way.
I just took a peek at Dash, our friend Dash, on Xbox to see how many hours he's put in, because he really liked that game, and he's put 88 hours into it so far.
Like I said, like there's people that love it, but it definitely is just like it's a shampoo game.
Shampoo game, I like that.
I'm curious if you stick with it and you get later into the game. I heard that game does some things in the end game that might be similar to like a Shadow of War kind of deal. So I didn't read into that. It's kind of the people I was listening to, they didn't get into it for spoiler's sake, but yeah.
No, it's just another game like that you just want to grind for loot, and I'm not really about those kind of games. People like that. People like that sense of just collecting and whatever, but I don't know. I don't care about loot too much, unless it's like it whites out my eyes in Ninja Turtles or something.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But making the Palicos is cool.
The what?
It's your little cat companion.
Oh, right. You get a little Mega Man?
That DLC's not out yet. Oh. But I pretty much just made my like tiny version of Beerus from Dragon Ball. He's just an angry purple cat. His eyes are just like half closed. Just doesn't give a fuck. But
that's pretty cool.
He's pretty adorable. Cat. Pretty much.
Cool.
But like,
but purple.
If I could play as the cats in this game I would be more interested.
I feel like you can.
In past ones you could.
Yeah.
From what I heard. I don't know. I think it was the ones on the Wii U, maybe. I don't know. But if they brought that back, I would totally be a Palico.
I mean, it seems like, I don't know, this game has a lot of buzz. I'm sure it'll get supported for a while.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I just haven't reached like the really like
and it's Capcom's fastest selling game.
Yeah, they're doing,
so that's
doing all right with
more
it.
Reason to do that.
You know what I find really, really funny?
Horizon armor.
Oh yeah, but
no,
there's a lot of people who are I've seen it like pop up on forums and whatever, but everyone's saying like, why isn't this game coming to Switch? Why isn't this game coming to Switch? But for years, when the Monster Hunter games were relegated 3DS. To 3DS and Wii U, they were like, why isn't this on PS4? Why isn't this on PS4? Now it's on PS4, and they're like, give me it on.
It's a game that started on PS2.
Yeah, I know.
And it just like worked its way around. So yeah,
that was a big deal. Remember that? Like it was. They were really huge on PSP. In Japan especially. Yeah,
like that's when I was going to get into it, because I remember selling. There's always this one customer I used to sell to at GameStop. He'd come in and be very passionate about this game, because between all the games on PSP, you could just transfer your character.
Yep.
And have that same character go out through all of them.
MLB The Show in late March, dude.
Yeah.
All aboard.
And I was like, that's cool. I like that idea a lot. Like, I really want to get into it. And then like I got that one for like 3DS, and I was like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm spoiled by like Platinum games.
Yeah.
But I like the more fast-paced, like, muscle twitch combat. I don't like
slow build there or whatever.
I mean, if I'm going to be a slow character, I better be, like, the strongest there is. You know, I better be, like, slow enough to where I can tank hits that don't stagger me while I'm about, like, hit me all you want. I'm still going to swing this sword at you type thing.
You can't break my animations, not the code.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't, like, really felt it yet, but also I feel like I shouldn't have to force myself.
No, if it's not clicking, it's not clicking.
Yeah. And just, I don't know. It's and like tutorials at the ass. It holds your hand in the beginning.
All right, nope, I'm not doing it.
But the tutorials, it's not like you have to do this level and level complete. No, it's just a bunch of shit that pops up on your screen. It's reading.
I'd rather have, all right, so I know it's like a double-edged blade there, but I'd rather have that than all right, you got to get through the level complete. Now we're going to do this level that focuses on this mechanic.
And like I say all this, but there's a lot of this game, it ties a lot to Phantasy Star in a way on how it's handled, where it's like you have a hub world, join up with some friends, go out on the missions, rinse, lather, repeat, grind for the loot, get better weapons.
Every MMO,
but
MMO thing at this point.
But Phantasy Star, I feel like again, to me, it feels more fluid the way they handle it.
Yeah,
because your friends share that same world. There's more interaction than just signaling somebody to come in. You go into it together right from the start. and you can switch your weapons and armor on the fly. You can equip anything at any time. It's not just do everything in the town and then go in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Honestly, I see the good. It is a good game because obviously people love it.
Yeah, just not.
But I will definitely say it's overhyped.
Oh yeah.
Way overhyped.
Yeah, I could gather that a little bit.
It just needs to cool the fuck down a little bit, in my opinion. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. For anything else?
But yeah, to get back to 14.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I made another character on another server to play with our other friend Joe.
Yeah.
And just made a big ass dude Marauder.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun. Just I got further with him than my first character.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's still just going around, just like getting this useless stuff out of the way in the beginning. Just all the beginning game stuff, like
it's yeah.
Why are these games so like grindy? Like I just want to get to the dungeon and maybe I should stick to Diablo. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
Then I see Shadow of the Colossus came out. I'm like, I should have bought that because my friend got it. I was like, that's a pretty ass game.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, 14. I'm just like, cool. This is cool.
Yeah, it's
if they like the Kafka stuff seems neat.
Like all that stuff. It's like you have to like really invest in order to get to all that.
And like, I don't have the time for it.
Yeah, it's definitely something you want to play when there's like you get that little dry spell of like there's nothing to play.
Yeah, like
but then even then you're like, do I really feel like playing this?
That's one of the games I look at and I would be like, no, not.
It can get there. Like I can see but I
think this is why maybe this is where like there's a root to something with all this with me and Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Where it's like I've never finished a game.
Yeah.
I play them. I get invested to a certain point. I'm just like, I don't know. Just like the world that they make.
Yeah.
It's not enticing enough to me.
I mean, I've always been enticed. I like it. I just
like 7 is cool. I like that industrial setting a lot.
Yeah.
Same goes for 6 in certain parts.
Yeah,
I like that.
7 industrial setting. I mean, that's mainly a Midgar.
Well, I mean, isn't that the majority of the game?
No, I think it goes a lot. Yeah.
Oh, it's just disc 1.
Yeah.
It's just
not even really disc 1.
No.
You're out of Midgar pretty early in that game, comparatively.
Yeah, but the way you look and everything, it has a little more.
Yeah.
But I
like
think
punky feel to it.
Yeah. You definitely get that kind of steampunkish feel, especially in some spots of it. But yeah,
I wish there are.
I just don't have the patience. I think that's just what it comes down to. I just don't have the patience.
Yeah, well, for me, it comes down to time. Like I don't have any regrets, but if I could go back in time, I would totally go back and just nudge myself a little bit and say, "Don't be so anti-JRPG, little boy. Give in to him a little bit." Just
like I like JRPGs, but like.
But when I was a kid, like then I would have had the time for it. You know what I mean? I would have now like. I just don't have time. And if I do, then it's a commitment. Like it's got to be the one thing I play, which I could do. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the whole grinding for loot thing.
Yeah.
Plus open worldness. It's like the two things I can't really stand right now.
Yeah,
it's like it's always in my face.
Yeah.
It's like either one or the other. I don't know. Like Shadow Colossus is kind of open worldy, but then again, you're just killing each fucking. Yeah. That's it. That's all it is. Just you, a horse and a sword, a bow, go
kill.
I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Turtles is dope.
Yeah. Matt, what'd you get into this week?
I've played a Bayonetta game for the first time this week.
Me too. Well, kind of.
See, that's something I should have got.
Yeah. So it's dope. It's only $30, and then you get the other one for $30 if you buy the one for $30.
Or if you go to 2 first, it knocks the first one down to 10.
Right.
Down to $10?
Well,
so either way, it equals out.
Yeah. It's both. If you get both of them, it's going to equal 60, no matter which way you get it.
Yeah. If you're just interested in one for some reason, it's 30.
Isn't there like a nice like physical?
There is a physical, there's a physical copy that
Yeah.
has a digital download of 1.
No, I remember seeing some like big like.
Yeah.
box
There
that has,
is,
like, the
yeah.
two guns on it.
It's filled with all sorts of shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where is that? Is that Japan only or is that here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
feel like it might be just Japan. But yeah, I got this. So after we went to that Switch event last year, it was just on the heels of us playing the Nier Automata demo for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I want another Platinum game right now. I don't want to wait for Nier. And the Switch wasn't out yet. And I was like, I'm gonna buy that Bayonetta. So I bought Bayonetta 1 and 2 on Wii U. And then I started 1, and I was like, man, I wish this were on Switch. And I didn't even have a fucking Switch yet, but we were like, we were right on I was like, fuck, I just want nothing but Switch. And then now here we are. And it's good.
I like it.
Yeah, you never played any of it before.
I never played any of it.
How far did you get?
I only beat the prologue. I didn't go too much further than that.
You met Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci's great in this game.
Yeah.
The performance of a lifetime. Better than Home Alone.
Yeah, top notch. Did you play Bayonetta?
No.
You should go back and play the first
dude.
one.
No, I've seen stuff on it. Like I know how it ends too, but like
I don't know how it ends. Don't go there.
yeah.
Do you understand what's going on?
Don't care.
All right. I have no idea what's happening.
I know I just told Mark not to tell me, but I might care by the end of it.
Maybe, but
all I know was she was praying at a grave, she was reading some scripture, and then clothes came off and she was kicking some demon's ass. And I was like,
well, I mean, if
Rodin's throwing guns at her.
I was gonna say like she's a witch.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I was like, this is right up to his alley.
Yeah.
But
you don't know that right away, but you get
not far into it.
I mean, you played Smash. The context is already there.
I mean, this prologue sets that all up. Like, it's more all than.
Yeah, all I know about the synopsis was it was like heaven and hell are fighting or something.
Maybe
or trying to take over something, maybe the world. I don't know. But,
sure.
But you're fighting the ones that I guess that are out of line. I don't know.
Probably
you're fighting angels and demons. I know that.
Okay.
So
I don't even I'm on chapter 5 or 6 and I couldn't tell you if you're right or wrong.
Wow. I thought I had a decent build up in the prologue about what was going on. About you're collecting two items, but the one you already have, Joe Pesci got some information.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the weapon dealer? Is that
different dude?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know this Joe Pesci guy. I mean,
I know
Joe
weapon
Pesci.
Dealer, isn't he?
Yeah. Did you hear his famous Resident Evil 4 reference?
No, not yet.
I think it's random, but there's a part where he's like, "What are you behind, stranger?"
Oh, yeah.
I
see. Like, I didn't even go into chapter 1. I just hit save and went off at that point.
Combat's fun though. A lot of fun.
I know my main complaint about Nier was just repetitive.
Yeah.
It has it, but there's
enough variance in the combos. Yeah.
There's enough variety to keep me like.
The fact that you have difference in which combos you can use, and you have a variation in the weapons sometimes. Because if you beat a boss, or some larger character, you can pick up their weapon and then use it.
And then the gun thing goes into it.
Yep.
And then like there's different ways of incorporating the gun into your combo, unlike in Nier. And there's that weird, like if you hold the button, you go into that gear frenzy or that gun frenzy thing where you can kind of aim around and shoot foes. So like there's a lot of ways you're able to mix up the fighting, which I appreciated like almost right away.
And I think the sequel takes it a little further.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. But yeah, I only had the first one. My goal was this, for $30, see if I like these games, play through it, and I might not even get Bayonetta 2 right away, but like, at least I would have the deal ready to go. And if I wanted,
I definitely want to play one. So I want to play the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The third one's got me. Of course, that announcement piqued my interest, but I always wanted to play them. It's just I refused to buy it on Wii U.
You know about the amiibo stuff, right?
It's already on there.
Kind of. There's extra ones.
I saw something on Reddit later.
There's the ones that were in the Wii U version are there unlocked by default, the 4 costumes. There's additional amiibo content in here, and you can scan. I think it's 30 amiibo a day, and you get random items, which can really help. Because honestly, like I've got my ass kicked a few times by some things playing on just normal. And yeah, they'll give you random items, and sometimes you get heal items and whatever. But there are other things you can get. Like there's a specific list, but like I've got the Boo. I haven't scanned it yet, but if I scan Boo, I'll get a chain chomp weapon. There's little hints and things like that. Like if you scan one of the Inklings, it'll give you a random item, but like the phrase will be like, "Oh, this came from those weirdos in Inkopolis." Like there's
That's
little,
the one I saw on Reddit, yeah.
That's kind of cool. But the costume, so I played through each of the chapters. I changed costume each time just to see how it plays and whatever. I started with the Samus one, which is fucking dope.
I think it's the best one. Next to Star Fox.
I haven't done the Star Fox because that one you have to scan. I hadn't scanned yet. Samus is unlocked from the beginning. So if you hold down on the D-pad, the visor drops down. Fucking dope.
I think it happens during cutscenes too.
You can, yeah. I was playing with it during a cutscene. You can hold down and the visor drops.
That's pretty cool.
When you shoot, it sounds like Samus's arm cannon. I think that's mainly it with Samus, but like just looks cool. Link, when you play through with the Link costume on, instead of the halos falling when you attack people, it's rupees, and they make the noises and everything. I forget. And then like if you dodge at just the right time, she'll like hold up the Master Sword to dodge. The other ones, it's Peach or Daisy, and they both summon Bowser's arm instead of the hair punch thing. What surprised me about all of it is how fucking far Nintendo let them go.
Oh, yeah.
Peach costume, it's basically just a fucking thong, like sticking out of the bottom of a dress that's not doing that well of covering anything anyway. And it's just like...
It's my favorite Daisy, by far.
Yeah. It's very... It surprised me for Nintendo, to say the least. But, I have to try the Star Fox, and I forgot about that.
Yeah, because like you have little R-wings for guns, and they're also on your back, like on your boots,
on your feet. Yeah,
and
yeah,
they have the little charms hanging off of each one, and it's Fox, Falco, Peppy, and Slippy hanging off.
That's
of them.
so dumb.
And I think,
love it.
And I think I'm not sure it's the second one or the first one, but there's a scene where there's like a flying level, I think, or something. Where it's like you're just like it's pretty kind of like a near bullet hell type thing.
Yeah.
But you can fly an R-wing instead. So and people were like, cool. "Is this Platinum Star Fox? This is what it needs to be." Like,
oh shit,
because because the way that looks.
I kind of hope that comes if that comes to Switch, I'll buy it.
Star Fox Zero. Yeah. I mean,
I'm at the point now where I will almost buy anything first party on Switch.
Like it's like if they're gonna restart it, fine. But if they make a sequel, even better. Because I'm just tired of starting over. Like Star Fox has no need to reboot anymore.
But Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just like Port Zero, but announce a sequel.
All right, I'm in.
Bayonetta, all right.
I'll take that. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
But yeah, I hopped into that.
It's good.
You've obviously played it more than me. I just got through the prologue. But
it's
yeah,
good,
I like what I'm seeing so far. Definitely.
It's tough. The combos are fun. The levels, they start to change up a little bit. Boss fights are weird and cool. I fought some weird thing that was big and a pain in the ass, and
This series often gets compared to Devil May Cry.
I can see that comparison for sure.
Which that just came out, I think, or soon. The HD collection.
Oh yeah.
Oh nice.
60 frames.
One final question on Bayonetta that Alex Freholi of No More Whoppers has asked that I will ask. How do you hold pistols with your feet?
Like, how do you pull the trigger?
How do you hold pistols with your feet?
Don't matter your which.
All right.
Well, I guess technically it's your heel and calf.
I guess.
Ankle, whatever.
I guess.
It's your heel.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be cool if they just slid up in your toes.
Yes, that makes sense.
Breakdance.
There's a lot more questions in that game than how she's shooting guns with her heels.
No, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Not
that's
the fact that she's
have?
covered in hair or anything.
No, that makes sense.
Maybe
she's a witch. She's got long hair.
maybe maybe there's a lot of questions I get answered between where I'm at and your chapter 5.
They're all answered.
Oh, okay. And then we're talking about going back and revisiting things. So this has been something I've been playing in the background here for the last couple weeks. But then I realized this week that I've jumped into this a lot more than I probably should be at this point. And now I'm at the 15 hours or more mark on this game. Either tied with Splatoon or right underneath Splatoon, whatever. Mario and Rabbids, Kingdom Battle.
Yeah, dude.
I've been slowly getting back into that. And
interesting.
This past weekend, I probably put in the most time into it for a while. Earlier today, I probably played for 2 hours or so. I got the longest World 2 in the world is finally now finished, and
nice.
I'm on to the Spooky Town. I'm on the third chapter of that.
Fuck that ice boss, man. At the end of 2.
Oh god, he just kept regenerating. I never died, thank God. I didn't have to restart it once, but yeah, he just kept
pain in the ass.
A tank.
Yeah.
Just a lot of health. He was easy, relatively, but...
Who's on your team now?
I'm a main of Mario, obviously.
Yeah.
Rabbit Peach and Rabbit Luigi. And then I usually have Mario and Peach roll out as a squad together, and let Luigi feast on his own off to the side and be my flank.
Smart. Yeah, you feel good sticking with it? That was because we both had the same thing where it was like, oh yeah, cool, they did this, and then it just kind of we bounced.
I mean, today was the first day in a while I'd put a big time sink into it. Normally, I've been doing either a battle or a chapter. Like right after dinner if I'm downstairs watching TV or something like that. Perfect Switch fodder. But I don't know. I still like that game a lot. And I was kind of itching for a tactical shooter, and for like the 80th time, I looked at XCOM. I was like, I'm gonna get past you one day, and I was like, what? No, I got Mario. It's a lot simpler. It's easier to get into, more digestible, and you're already at least somewhat the way through that game. I don't have to play the beginning of XCOM for like the 8th time again.
I almost bought that on Vita this week. It's like
a flash why sale. On Vita?
It's a flash sale. It was $5.
Dude, that game.
I know. That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't. But
I'm ready for that Donkey Kong DLC.
I'm not ready for any DLC yet by any means, but let me just get through the main worlds and see how I feel after that.
I do want to see that game to the end eventually, just because I don't know what even happens after the spooky world. I don't know. I don't have Yoshi yet, I don't think. Right? Don't you get a Yoshi, and then eventually you get a Rabbid Yoshi?
I don't know.
I don't even have...
Because, like, he pukes up the gun.
I didn't even know that. Like, I don't...
It was in a trailer.
I forgot who it was. That's how far removed I've been from it.
But yeah, I've shocked myself with how much time I put into that game.
Did I dream that they announced a sequel?
You dropped that.
Okay.
They announced Donkey Kong DLC.
All right. Well, dreams are just visions into the future, so here you go.
Oh, yeah. Another thing I hopped into this week that I haven't played for a long time, Overwatch. But on the PC side.
Excuse me, doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Getting into those PTRs?
Yeah.
What's a PTR?
What?
Paid time rebound?
I forget what it stands for, but it's where like they test out all the like updates before they make them official.
Oh,
see
like
what
test
works.
servers and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Pre-Trunks Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. Yeah. Drop the D there. I see the
D. They had that PC weekend, right? Or the free weekend.
They had the free weekend across all the consoles.
Yeah.
Me and Nick, the Rainbow Six is starting to feel like a grind at times, especially when we're not doing well. So this came about at the right time because you said about me getting Overwatch, and I said, nah, at $40. Hold the phone, though. With the free weekend, it's also 50% off until like this upcoming Friday. So you can try it out, then decide if you want to get it or not. And what's nice on the PC side that the console side didn't have, console side you had to do like the special edition or whatever,
Origins
the $60 edition, one. Yeah. On PC you had the option of the $40 one and the $60 one. Huh. So the half off and make it $20, which is a lot more digestible than
it's not bad.
Even 40.
What's the difference between the two versions?
I think a number of loot boxes you get, and I don't care if I don't get a Mercy skin right away. It's fine.
Yeah. Player test region.
Player test region.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mercy's your main?
No, Zenyatta, surprisingly, is still my main. I still like playing a good support. Usually I'm primarily a support of some kind. I'm trying out the other ones. I haven't ran the one that does the teleporter. I forget her name.
Symmetra.
Yeah, I haven't ran her yet. But I ran a couple of the other ones, especially the new one, and I forget her name too.
Moria.
Yeah, she's tough. I can see how she's good.
Yeah.
She's tough. I'm gonna get to learn her.
I played a random hero mode with my friends like last week or whatever, just for like one night, and I got her. I was like, I never played as her. I don't know what I'm doing. And somehow I killed like 3 people. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
She's got the orbs. Those are.
She can like drain people and shit. Yeah.
So yeah, it was. It's nice to get back into that. It's a learning curve again though for me. One, not just because of new heroes. Like when I see them, I need to know what to expect. But then two, a mouse and keyboard is a lot different than a DualShock 4.
I'd rather do mouse and keyboard.
I'd rather do mouse and keyboard too, but like the level of competition and the headshots from Widowmaker are a pain in the ass in this game that something I'm going to have to adjust myself to. Widowmaker's the sniper.
Yeah.
On DualShock 4.
That's the one I played.
Yeah, there was some auto aim in the console one, but it wasn't like anything like crazy that you see in like Call of Duty or anything like that.
You can just shoot someone in the foot and you'll still get equal.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. It's another level of competition in a way in PC, and plus this game's been out too, so who knows?
Good.
Yes, I'm playing on a free weekend, but there's been so many of these already, and this game's been out for, 2 years? Getting close to 2 years?
Something like that.
So, yeah, I'm sure I'm still running into the people that have put a good amount of hours into this game, keyboard and mouse style, or mouse and keyboard style.
Can my computer run it?
It might. It might, because I run it at 1080 medium at 70 frames, easy.
Does it run native on Mac? No.
No, you have to have the Windows partition. However, though, like I said, I didn't even hesitate to put on 1080 and medium. I could probably bump it up to high if I really wanted to, but I'd rather take the 70 frames over like 40.
I'll put everything low. I wouldn't even care.
That's what I did with PUBG recently. I kind of got revitalized into that, but yeah.
Dude.
It doesn't take much because of the cell shade, right? Yeah.
Recommended is 6 gigs of RAM and an i5. I got that, dude. I don't know. Video might be fucked on mine because I don't have a dedicated video card on my. Either way.
I was gonna say, depending on the minimum processor, the processor is going to run your graphics for you for the most part.
Yeah, but remember the trouble I ran into with like Sonic Generations and stuff.
That's true.
Where it was just like it would skip frames. Noticeably.
Yeah. And the other thing about this is through BattleNet, so I don't know, like, it was Steam, like, if I'm on the fence about something, about it running, at least I know, like, hey, if it doesn't work in the first 30 minutes of me running this game, I can just refund it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got back into that, and that game is still Overwatch. A couple new towns that I didn't recognize. There's one new Hogwarts-looking one that I was like, hey, that's Hogwarts.
Oh, cool.
And it wasn't called Hogwarts.
No.
But yeah.
You going to buy it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
$20
It's $20, exactly. Like for 40, I would have had to think about it a little bit more, but $20, and I didn't have to drop the ball like right now on that. I can wait until like a payday to do that. So yeah, that's nice.
I still watch the updates for that game. The guy from like Jeff, whatever. He's like one of the lead people with that. I still watch. So like it's cool to get the information, and they're like, oh, because now they're doing like a Chinese New Year event.
Yes.
The Year of the Dog. They added like a dedicated map for Capture the Flag. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I love Capture the Flag. It's my favorite mode in these kind of games. Mm-hmm. Except in Overwatch. Because it's hero-based. So
I know what you said about your complaints with that before.
So basically, yeah, like if you're Lucio, you automatically win. Because you are the fastest character. Everybody else is slow, and he can just parkour his way, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So I was like, this mode will never be good in Overwatch. It just,
And then because you have to have a Lucio, then they give the rest of the team a speed. Yeah, he's the character you need for that mode, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much my week.
You got into a little bit of competitive stuff this week. A couple others.
Oh.
Outside of that, a little Splatoon 2.
Competitive, all right.
Hey, we had a couple league battles today. Tore shit up once.
One of two.
So hold on though. What I noticed when we played Splatoon today is that with a little bit of collaboration, once we started communicating, we were doing pretty good.
Imagine that.
Which tells me.
Imagine that.
Which tells me, if we just opened up our app.
Oh, the Switch app.
The Switch app, yes, the Switch app, and we did that for real on a regular basis. And if we had others who wanted to play, we could become professional Splatoon players. Just saying.
Is that?
How about the third on our team?
Marc's right there.
Oh, I'm not the third. The fourth. That's what I meant. The fourth.
We got people. I got a whole friends list of Switch players.
We got Joe. Or once we get in, like if it is just us three, because you can't do the league battle, right? But we can try to do that bullshit of hopping onto each other on a ranked match. Having to communicate our strategies to that fourth person.
I don't think we could do that. I don't think we could get together in a ranked match.
Not pre-game lobby, but I think you can hop on.
The Switch app. What when you search for it in the App Store, is it do you just type in DISCORD? Or
that's not how you pair up in the game, Mark. Anyway, Splatoon.
Should be.
I've been keeping in on the grind of that game a little bit. But there was the one thing I want to talk about is just the Splatfest this weekend. Not loving the short-term Splatfests. Very, very, they're 24 hours and they're done. Which I feel like the old ones used to be a little bit longer. They'd start like late Friday evening and they'd run through Sunday afternoon.
You give me a weekend with it.
Yeah.
And you don't get to keep the shirts, do you?
No, you never could.
See, but like, why?
I know.
You know? Why?
Yeah. It'd be cool if you got them. Like, or if you leveled up all the way, you got the shirt or something.
Are the Splatfest ever going to come back?
I know. Like, it'd be something. I want, like, that's the one thing I'm missing in Splatoon is like a little bit of permanence in a way from some of that stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, I did that event. Like, I can open the app and see how I did in that thing. Like, cool, but I don't know. But yeah, Splatfest, Love versus Money. Love ended up winning 2-1. Won the popular vote and the solo battles vote. Lost the team battle, which meant people who were on Team Money who were teaming up together to play against people who were on Team Love. Not like...
This seems ironic.
I know.
We did some deep dive into those numbers.
Yeah, we did some deep looks. We figured out the trends.
Yeah, popular vote obviously is going to always go to Marina.
Yeah.
What we figured out, though, was 32% of the vote does not care about the sexuality and how sexy a squid or a kid is. That's what we figured out. The popular vote. What was weird though, the people because it was solo went to Love, right?
Yeah. So people who don't have friends
want love,
but
probably have money.
Yep. People who
have money. Oh, what did we determine? We had a good conclusion there.
So the broke ones team up because they want money.
Oh yeah, the people with love want money because they're broke.
Oh right. Yeah.
We did some deep cuts from those numbers. You're welcome.
Yeah. the one Splatfest is always great because the best song plays, Ebb and Flow. Mm-hmm. But there was a new special stage just for Splatfest, which, if I'm not mistaken, usually when they introduce a new stage in Splatfest, it ends up eventually getting added into the regular rotation. So hopefully this one hits.
I mean, why not? You got the asset there.
Yeah, I mean, unless they just save it for another Splatfest, but
Ebb and Flow. Have I heard that? Is that Pearl Jam?
I mean, it's one of Pearl's jams. But yeah, Shifty Station was level 4.
Shiggity schwa.
For this, I think
Shifty 5.
Or wait, Shifty Station is what's it called? It's a level they make just for the Splatfest, I think. Either way,
the third one in the rotation.
Yeah.
So why isn't there like? How come Splatfest isn't like a league thing?
What do you mean?
I mean Turf War or whatever.
Well, Splatfest is the mode is Turf War.
Yeah.
Why is it
that's what I meant.
like
Turf
a
War.
league?
Like Turf War is only like the.
Yeah,
Turf War is just your yeah.
I mean, that should. I feel like that one seems like the most like generic / iconic mode of them all. Like the basic one.
You know, the one that you just want to casually hop in with your friends with. You know,
but
form a lobby before the game, then hop in, play some games together, and maybe talk to the Switch app. Oh wait. Nope, you have to do that in League.
But no, this map had cannons in it, so you kind of like dropped in on these big ass slopes. It almost looked like it was like if the whole arena was one big ass half pipe, but not really. But then like at the bottom there were a lot of like little obstacles to run through, but there were cannons positioned all throughout the thing. So you have to swim into the cannon, then fire these big ass ink missiles at the other team. It made it like, I don't know.
I did play that level.
Yeah,
I was unsure of it. Yeah, I did play that level.
If you got caught like by the cannon fire, you were fucked.
I didn't like that level.
I don't know. Splatfest is always a good time. Always a good time.
Maybe this was obvious to the listeners, but if you pick different teams, you can't team up together.
Yeah, Matt and I couldn't play together.
Mm-hmm.
Had I known that, because obviously I didn't care about love or money, I would have picked love, be on Joe's team, just to play with someone for a bit.
That is stupid, but whatever.
I did level my character all the way up this Splatfest. I made it to Love Queen. I ended up with, I think, like 24 sea slugs in the end.
I just found out what they were.
Yeah, so those, you can use those slugs to, are they slugs? Is that what they are?
Snails, maybe?
Snails, whatever. You use those to kind of modify and customize your gear. But yeah, I ended up
adding abilities to the gear, not like changing color or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. But I did, so let's see, what's 50 minus 6, 44? So 44 matches. In order for me to get up to Love Queen was my rank.
That sounds like a lot, but Splatoon matches are so quick.
They're quick, honestly.
It's only,
3 minutes.
It's gonna be
right?
a couple. It's gonna be a couple hours.
And that was with about 50-50 of winning and getting defeated.
Oh, of course, yeah, because that's gonna impact that too.
It does, yeah. Your win rate impacts that, but yeah, I mean, kind of all over the place. What ended up happening was I woke up yesterday morning before work. I knew it was Splatfest, so I made sure to wake up extra early, made a pot of coffee, sat there and ran until I leveled up, came home for lunch, did a few rounds, and when I got home last night, I just hit the grind hard and got that ish. It's good stuff. I jumped back into Let It Die this week, which I've been trying to for a while, but every time I'm about to, something else happens, or the one night when I was really because the one night I was ready to walk away from Final Fantasy, and I was but I still want, and I opened up Let It Die, and they were server maintenance.
Damn.
That sucks.
Yes. But I got in the other day, played for a while. That game went through a big polish change. Just running around, my character, one of the better head pieces I have for that game right now is this goofy ass looking mask that has a giant white hair off the back of it.
Like that Kabuki thing.
It's exactly. Or
Tengu, I don't know.
I noticed immediately upon the way that moved, they're doing some different things with the art in that game. It looks, the lighting effects look a little bit better. When that game first rolled out, and I remember I got into it last year a little bit. I was getting excited about it. It felt like obviously the game to me feels like Bloodborne, but set in a 40-story tower instead of a Victorian.
Yarnum.
Yeah, instead of Yarnum. But it always felt like the game that came out earlier than it, right? If this had been a release like Bloodborne that got pushed out and the release date was March, whatever, well, it probably shouldn't have come out until October, right? They needed that extra bit just to fine tune the edges, because there was some jank, there's some glitchiness, there's some literal rough edges. But now, after it's really pretty. They leaned into it and they really polished it. It looks a lot, but not that I never thought it looked bad. It was just you could tell that okay, yeah, this is
you give the game enough time to where you could spot the differences.
Right.
But anybody else who might have tried that in the beginning and then they're just fuck it, I don't care, and then you stop playing it, and then they're never gonna know this type of information, and that's what sucks about trying to judge games now, because they're always changing.
Yeah.
So it's you never know what you're missing out on.
But this one, it felt really good. It still has that thing though, right? I've just come off of Final Fantasy 14 where I made a character and I liked my character. Destiny was the last one where I was in it and liked my character, liked my gear, and wanted to hold on to that. And Let It Die is the complete antithesis of that of any of those games where it's.
So is this your best version of Lightning?
No, because you don't really make your character that well.
Yeah,
right. You have 5 random, or not random, 5 very kind of oddly specific options, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But you can't get attached to your character because your character will die, and that's the whole point of the game. You can burn money by getting death medals and cashing them in to revive your character, but you really don't want to do that. You're just gonna waste money. I talked about it before, it being the equivalent of the modern day arcade. Well, I died, let me put another quarter in.
I would only do that for the end game.
Here's when it's valuable, right? And here's the thing, the game is pretty generous about giving you death medals as part of events or whatever. If they have unexpected maintenance, they give everybody a bunch of death medals. If you hang on to those, use them when you need them. When you find really dope blueprints and you're just trying to make your way back down, use your death medals, like I did the other day, where I found rare as fuck blueprints. You could tell they were all shiny and special, and I had multiples of them. And I was like, I gotta get back, because I was just trying to get reacclimated with the game and the controls. So I was wandering to random floors and just trying to fill in my map and get to spots I hadn't been to before, which was working out for me. But then trying to get back to the main floor to then ride the elevator back down and cash in the blueprints. Along the way, it was just like one bad thing, because it's all random, right? You never know. And I ran into the wrong haters. Remember, haters
That's
are
right. Yeah, the characters that are
other people's characters who die on
died.
that floor.
Just gotta dab them away.
I tried to dab them away. They stabbed me away. And then so I burned through a lot of death medals because I did not want to lose those blueprints. I was like, I got to get down there. I kept using death medals. I'm forgetting the whole time. Listener, if you're listening and you want to play this, I'm about to give you a hot tip, so stay tuned. I got killed, used all the death medals I had, and I was like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to... I can go back, I can kill my character, and I can get all my stuff back, right? That's the way to do it. So I go back, grab a character who's not as high leveled as that one, go right to the floor where they died at, get to them, kill them, and then Uncle Death drops in, takes them back down. Yay! And then I go back down. None of my gear's there. Character's back. None of the gear. And I realize the way you get both your character and your gear back is instead of going back and killing them, you just revive them from the freezer in your home base and spend the kill coins to revive them, and it retains all the stuff you collected. So I killed all those.
You went out of your way.
I spent all my death medals to keep my character alive, hit 0 death medals, and I was like, do I spend $5 to keep him? No, I'm not going to spend $5. Fuck it. I'll just go back up and I'll kill them and save my blueprints. Nope. I burned all my death medals and I killed my character. So pro tip, if one of your character dies with good shit, that's okay. Just have the kill coins to revive them from your freezer and you're safe. But
it sucks that it took that to...
It's okay, though, because that was enough what I needed. Because, again, I was also doing a thing where I was married to that character, and I didn't want to let go. So I was using those death medals partially to keep my blueprints alive, but also because I wanted to keep that character alive. You can't do that. You got to know that, one, you can keep that character alive in different ways, and two, it really doesn't fucking matter. You can always re-roll. And, in fact, it's encouraged to do that. So... I'm on floor 23. I think I'm only like a floor higher than I was last time we talked about this game, or I might even be. I don't think I actually ascended at all. I think I'm still on the same floor. I just went to different areas of other floors. But that game just, it's good. It's scratching the itch, man.
It's like good. I still want to hear when you finally make it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's at the top. I don't know. I still haven't run into any jackals, which I'm terrified of, but that'll be fun. But I don't know, I'm starting to... Yes. It's a good-ass game. And then
maybe I'll look into it again, I don't know.
Huh?
No, I can't look into it yet.
It's free.
Yeah, but I got Bloodborne.
Oh, yeah, beat Bloodborne first.
Yeah.
Definitely do Bloodborne first. But you, if you're looking for something, it's in a good spot now. It's in a real good spot. And Ben, I know Ben's not here, but it's in a good spot now. It's a real good... Anyway... I beat Celeste as well on that bus ride. I was thinking about buying Floor Kids, but I still just there's something missing from Floor Kids. I still don't know what it is.
I got to give it more time just to see, like,
if it opens. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because I think there's just something that we're just not fully grasping.
Yeah, there's a piece of it that's not there. Or maybe it's just not there at all. I don't know. Either way. So I didn't buy that, but I already had Celeste, and I was like, oh shit, I already have it. Why spend more money? I knew Bayonetta was coming, so I didn't want to jump into something else right before Bayonetta hit the Switch. I knew I'd be spending a lot of time on there. So I was like, I'm going to run through Celeste. And I saw that game all the way to the end. At least the main like mountain. There I still have all the B-tapes or the B-sides to go find and play through, which I found one in my organic playthrough. Tried that B-side. Stopped playing that B-side very quickly. They're very, very intense challenges. How
do you feel overall after beating it?
I don't want to sound hyperbolic or anything, but I feel like I changed a little bit playing that game. Like, I feel like I went through a little bit of what Madeline went through in her character shift. Like, I was sitting on that bus and, like, again, that game is a direct kind of...
Because I don't even know what it's about. Isn't it like something with like your like inner turmoils that you're dealing with or something?
Yeah, like it talks about depression and things like that, and like you literally in the game are fighting a piece of yourself. But the whole game is just like one giant metaphor for like you're on the mountain and you're doing the same things over and over again to try and get past this part. And it's reflecting on the fact that like sometimes you do the same thing. You wake up every day and you do the same thing for 6 months straight and nothing changes and you're miserable for it. And then one day you just do something a little bit differently and you're like, oh my God, this whole time I could have just walked that way instead of this way and it would have been fine. And you're like, it played into all of that a little bit.
Have you tried getting over it with Bennett Foddy?
No, I haven't. But that same idea, you know what I mean?
Sale, right? Oh no, it won't be on sale anymore by the time this airs.
It's still cheap.
But I mean, like, it's just that kind of thing where you're like, I don't know. It played into those ideas a lot, but by the end of it, like you are, Madeline is overcoming all this stuff, and by turn, you the player are overcoming all this stuff because you're in control of her. And the challenge, it stays steadily. Like, you know, as soon as you start to feel comfortable with the mechanic, they introduce a new thing in the next level that kind of challenges you in a different way, where you finally feel comfortable by the end of a section. You're like, I fucking, that like every level did that so perfectly, where it's like, you walk in, you say, what the fuck? And then you beat yourself against the wall and you die and die and die and die. And then you realize what you have to do. You do it, and then it gives you a moment just at the end of the level where you get to do that thing that you just learned how to do so well, and then you feel so powerful, and then it's like, all right, on to the next level. And you walk in, and it still carries that momentum a little bit, but then it's like, oh, by the way, what if we did this? And you're like, what the how? Like, you just can't. There's always going to be something, and it, again, like, ties back into life. Like, you're never comfortable. You should never be comfortable. You should always be pushing yourself to the next thing. And it was no different in this game all the way to the end. And then I just, at a point, like I had headphones in, the music's just amazing. So it's just pulling you in and trapping you. And you're like squashing these inner demons and you look up and you're on a bus and all these people are just quietly living their lives. And you're like, I just been through some shit, man.
You just have like a one tear just go down your face, like, and you just hide it.
No idea what I just went through. Like, you're like what the everyone's quiet and sleeping and eating cold cuts and their feet are out and they're touching me with their feet. And I'm like, I don't even care.
Life more at this point.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm alive. Let's go to New York. Let's do this.
like you see some like methed out bum in like a stoop and you just give him a hug. Like,
I'm like, yeah, man.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
Just watch the feather. Watch the feather. That's it. That one's one that I think will for sure come back up a couple times this year. But that one, at some point, I'd dive into that one. Yeah, it was really good.
Sounds like a good time.
Very good. It's out on everything, so I recommend it on everything. Or whatever. Any of them. Yeah.
It isn't all of them, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah. Y'all want to take a break?
Speaking of new perspectives, I think I know what that picture means now.
Shut up. What? Don't do this to me.
Started Earthbound.
You son of a bitch.
Started early today. Played about an hour and a half of it.
Oh, boy. Hold on. News is canceled. Oh, shit. Ooh, Ben picked a wrong night to be off. Go on, Dr. Earthbound.
I started it. I tell you what. My girlfriend was actually in the room with me. She was playing Pokemon, and she kept looking up from it because she was laughing at all the weird humor this game has.
Yeah, dude.
And it all started with the first laugh when we just did the default names. Did Ness, Paula, Jeff, and
Pooh.
Yep. So Pooh got a laugh right away. Asked for favorite food. Obviously, I put in spaghetti.
Yes.
Then from there, I just started playing.
Hold on, what's your favorite thing?
Oh, I defaulted to gaming
Rockin'?
or video games or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Games, yeah. But yeah, I started playing it and I love the charm of this game so much. I can see where I can see the inspirations they took from Undertale.
Episode just randomly gets cut off.
That's it.
No, I just started playing it, so I'm not far into like the combat system. I've just only got like the life up and hypnotize as far as abilities. I'm running around on it, right? That's how you say that. correct? Or
I
does it have to be determined?
yeah, sure. I don't even know. I've said Onet, I've said Onet, I've said Onet, I've said because the next town, that spoilers, is Tucson.
Yeah, I know.
And then
where the
Threed, and then
Okay.
not Foursome. Yeah, but yeah, they're all. So I technically maybe it's
Yeah, okay.
Onet. Sure.
Sure.
That's what I always kind of.
So yeah, I'm just running around there. I'm running into the that gang at the bottom of the town. What they call it? I forget what
the
they call it
Sharks.
now. Yes, that's right, the Sharks. They've been beating the shit out of me.
Yep.
Which leads me to say that, man, this game is forgiven for a Super Nintendo RPG.
Yeah.
You just die, but you pick up right where you left off, same level.
Yep.
Same experience. You don't even reset the level, which is nice because I
they
died
have,
5 times with the Sharks down south.
Because they have like a robot in the backyard, right, or whatever.
I don't think he made it to Frank yet.
No.
No, like this was like the arcade, right?
Yeah, he didn't make it back there yet.
I know.
Whoops.
I know to get back there. That's where I got to go. I know. Yeah, I've been told to go back in that arcade. And I keep trying to fight through the Sharks, and I made it to Frank.
Yeah.
Did not beat Frank. I saw he had an actual knife.
There you go. I was just waiting on that. I wanted to hear if Frank pulled a knife on you yet.
Yeah, I'm fighting skateboards and pogo sticks, and I run into Frank, and he's cutting me with a knife.
Like, which is just think about that for a second.
I know.
You know?
I know.
It's like, I'm a little boy. Yeah, let's go.
It's funny to see mortally wounded by a pogo stick, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But then when a grown-ass man named Frank in a Hawaiian shirt pulls a knife on you. Jesus
mortally
Christ.
wounded by his knife. Like,
Yep.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm already hooked with this game.
Yeah,
I
dude.
can see this being really good.
Yeah.
Which I know it is good, but
Yeah.
I can see me really enjoying this.
How bad you feel for it to be?
Buzz.
When I went into that house, first of all, I saw the character design of that mom, and it's just fucking horrific.
Yep.
And I was like, she's gonna be the one to end up killing that thing, just swat it away. Especially when
How'd you know he died?
Well, he got swatted and killed.
Oh, no, I mean, like, you said she's going to be the one who ends
I just
up.
had a feeling. I knew that fly was gonna fly around with me forever, especially when it started. The Junior Man.
Oh, yeah.
When it started launching that shield, I'm like, that auto shit's not staying with me. I know how games work. And then when I walked in there, I was like, so far the humor's gonna be like that dumb bitch is gonna swat the fly, and lo and behold, she swatted.
Their whole family's just
yeah.
nothing but idiots who punch things. You got the dad
Yeah.
beating the kids in the back, which
Yep.
like what? You
Yep,
don't
and
open a
then-
game with beating kids, but sure.
And then he's yelling at you.
Beat
When
kids.
are you guys gonna move? I lent
Your
you
dad
hundreds
was-
of thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, poor dad, I'm calling him over the phone to save a game. He's like, I put another $50 into your
Yeah.
account.
Yeah.
I'm still working though. Keep your head up.
Yep.
Love you. Yeah. So I'm really, like I said, I just started. I'm running around on it. I'm sure I'm missing things. I do like the fact that I have to talk to people to figure out where the hell you got to go in this game.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Are you-
refreshing in a way.
Isn't
Yeah.
that how most JRPGs are?
I mean, nowadays though,
Yeah. No, it's.
Well, I mean, okay, sorry, classic.
Yeah.
well,
Classic,
yeah. I mean, so
Are you using the guide at all?
not the one. No. I haven't looked at it yet.
If
I
you-
might look at that. I just
When
wanted
you-
to see what I could get myself into first.
Yeah.
I know I need to go back up to. There's a man that's blocking a house store on your way to the meteor.
Yeah.
I think that house is freed up now, but I should go into it.
Yeah.
I think I should go into there. But yeah, just the first hour of that game, the humor, the build up to the story, you waking up, your mom's like, "You're gonna sneak out anyways, just go."
Yep. Yeah. At least change out your PJs first, dude.
And then there's the knocking at the door. She won't answer it, but she'll send you to answer it.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's very charming so far.
I think I know what I'm playing this week.
Can't wait to start yelling PK Thunder at the screen though.
Yeah, dude.
Ever since we played at Super Nintendo Classic, I really want one just so I can just hop into stuff like that randomly.
I know. This week I watched a bunch of stuff on that Super NT, and I'm like, fuck, I need a fucking Super Nintendo. But oh man, I'm real excited.
So I know I gotta go to south. I know I gotta go south. The road's blocked, so I know I gotta
Yeah,
do
yeah,
something
yeah.
to trigger it. Already they're like, oh, there's a lot of roadblocks here and on it. Fucking cops are dumb as shit.
It just continues. It continues.
The man in the cop. I could go on and on with the stuff I ran into, but the guy in the police station, he's like, I dressed up like a shark. Don't I fit in? And you actually see the sharks. He has nothing like them.
I know. Oh, man. You're going to have a lot of fun.
I know. And then, yeah, that just the shocking thing with that was, like, I'm getting all the humor and stuff, but then I just see my girlfriend in bed, like, just peeking up over the Game Boy and laughing at the dumb shit that she's seeing on the screen.
It's pretty funny that she's playing Pokemon and you're playing that.
I influenced that.
Well, Earthbound influenced Pokemon.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's why I was like, oh, huh.
Yeah.
And Undertale influenced Earthbound. It's a full circle.
Damn it.
Totally Fox.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to 236. It's time for news. Although I still want to talk about Earthbound a lot.
Don't worry, you got week. Think of this as remember this time last year we were doing the weekly Bloodborne?
Yeah.
Check-in? It's probably going to be something like that, just to be completely honest with you.
Oh, man. Oof. Real good. Real good, but not as good as Splatoon 2. No, it is worth it. Earthbound's way better than
I was like, what?
No, I
Okay.
Hold on, all right, hold on. Skip the news.
Splatoon 2, which is a local favorite. March 16th, getting a starter edition. For those who have not jumped in and bought the game yet, it'll be a physical bundle with the game, a 100-page strategy guide to equip you with skills to climb the competitive ranks, and 2 sheets of Splatoon stickers. All for the MSRP of $59.99. So same price of the game, but now you get, in the starter edition, a guide, some stickers.
Back in my day, they called that an instruction booklet.
I want it. I want the thing.
You want what thing?
The booklet. I want the strategy guide. Just to see if it's got cool
it's
tips
physical,
for me.
Joe. You can't have it.
That's why I won't have it. But if they just sold it standalone, I'd have it.
Can I comment?
eBay.
The phrasing of starter edition is so optimistic for that game sticking around for a while.
Yeah. I mean, they had already mapped out support for this game for, what was it?
2 years at least?
Was it a year of new content and 2 years of updates? Is that what it was?
I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Because Splatoon 1 did the same thing. Remember, Splatoon 1 from 2015 when it launched, it ran, 2015. It was a year of free updates, and then a year after that of just post-game patching and support and balance and whatever. And yeah, they're doing the same thing here with this. It keep adding. I mean, I feel like every other week there's a new weapon, there's a new whatever. Interestingly enough, the game sold more than 4.9 million units worldwide, which I think kind of came out in some of the financial stuff, but they also included that here in this announcement. They also they also confirm in this that Pearl Marina, the amiibo, will be later this year. Price is $24.99, but they didn't confirm any solid dates.
When I saw that amiibo, I said, "Oh, they weren't out yet."
Yeah.
When I saw it, I was waiting for one of you to share it.
The amiibo?
Yeah, I saw it early in the morning. I was like, it's only a matter of time. I'm not going to share it.
It's a matter
everywhere.
of time before I comment negatively on it, or Joe says, "Dude, I can't wait."
Buying them, buying them and selling Pearl.
No, that was literally my reaction though. Like, oh, I thought they were out already.
Oh yeah, no, I wish. I still gotta get a Marie. I got my Callie. Gotta get the Marie. THQ Nordic.
Everything comes full circle, I guess, right?
Sure. They bought Koch Media, which owns Saints Row, Metro, and Dead Island.
Essentially Deep Silver.
Koch Media runs Deep Silver, Volition, and Dam Buster.
Cool.
So
I was just saying last week on air about how, all right, let's just get more trash IP.
Yep.
You know?
So,
wow.
For those who are newer to the happenings of THQ, THQ was a company a long, long time ago. And THQ was they were a pretty popular publisher of video games.
They did the wrestling games back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, it was big. They had a lot of properties under their belt. THQ at some point, post the U-Draw tablet, hit some financial trouble, among other things. There were a lot of decisions that happened where just...
bad sequels.
THQ was relatively in the Wii and DS era. They were really known for their licensed properties. So they had all of the SpongeBob stuff, all of these different kids cartoons and things like that. Those licenses cost a lot of money to obtain. One thing after another, it was like one gut punch after the other just kind of killed THQ, and THQ got sold off into a lot of different areas. And Nordic Games, they purchased a large number of THQ's IP when THQ went under. And it was Nordic Games, and they had the IP from THQ and some of their own stuff and whatever. But then,
hold on, but the things they purchased weren't like the good things.
No, they purchased...
Deep Silver got Volition, which was Saints Row 4.
Yeah.
And, other... And Volition, the studio. Ubisoft got South Park, because that was in the middle of development, the Stick of Truth. All the good stuff went to the other companies. Nordic got all the...
Well, Nordic got Darksiders. Darksiders was not your big... household name, but a lot of people really enjoyed that game.
It was your Zelda fix on non-Zelda consoles.
But I thought the 2 came out and was underwhelming.
Yeah.
You got to rewind back to how many years ago when that was the case.
Right.
And Darksiders 2 was like, all right, you're kind of
we were in the wake of we were in the wake of Darksiders 2, and it was like, okay, you guys got that, I guess. But they got Red Faction, which
that was
again,
fun.
But Red Faction was another one too, I guess, where it was like.
That went a weird direction.
The PS2 game was fucking dope. That breakable environments, that was the first time that
PS2.
shit happened.
I played the first one on 360.
That was Frostbite before Frostbite.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then they got MX versus ATV.
Those were fun.
That's what Nordic Games bought. But then, back in 2016, Nordic rebranded to THQ Nordic. And now THQ Nordic bought back all of the old THQ properties.
Some of it.
Most of it.
And Volition.
How long before they're just fucking THQ again?
Not long.
How long?
End of the fiscal year.
You think?
End of the fiscal year.
That's fucking crazy. It's just so weird. It's so weird. Yeah.
Who did 2 Human?
Someone. It wasn't Capcom.
No. I thought it was THQ for some reason.
Silicon Knights.
There it is.
Was a developer and was published by Microsoft.
I was way off. But, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a game that was.
So Under Dead Island's down the pipeline too. Now that they have.
They had that one property that just seems to be dormant at this point. I don't know.
Dead Island.
They announced the sequel and it never came out.
I know.
They also got all the problems now with Homeland and Crytek. Ugh.
Dead Island was a pretty okay game.
Yeah.
That was fine. It did what it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did what it did.
Matt, you're a Rocket League fan.
I am a Rocket League fan. How'd you know?
Well. Are you a Hot Wheels fan?
I am.
Still?
Sure.
I was back in the day. I had a many.
Yeah. Back in well, Hot Wheels is teaming up with Rocket League to bring Rocket League to reality. Outside of the scope of video games, Hot Wheels is making some RC Rocket League cars to let you literally play soccer with cars.
That's kind of cool. For kids, that's pretty neat. That's like a neat little gag Christmas gift for them or something.
Yeah,
or for me.
Or for Matt. Do you see how much it is? $179.99.
Oh,
Ain't that cool? It's not that cool.
There's
Wait.
the update. I didn't see the article since the update.
Well, actually, you know what? See, RC cars can be pretty expensive, but that's because they're usually pretty good. So
Right,
I would like to see how these are in action.
So these are Bluetooth connected
Can they do
Octane
flips?
and Dominus battle cars, which you can control with your phone or tablet.
Oh, I can just already see the latency with that. Software's not updated.
This just seems like one of those, like, it could be a cool big ticket item. If they were smart, what they would do is not only use the app to control the cars, but use the app to, if they built in some functionality for teaching kids how to do coding, you got a weird ass Christmas present coming up. I'm telling you what.
I wish parts of this, it seems like everything's sold together here, and there's no choice to get it all separately. If I could get it separately, I would so buy Octane, the car, the blue one, and the set.
Yeah.
Many hours played as Octane. Many hours. Just a little symbolic thing for me.
Yeah. Did you see a little editorial comment from Kotaku?
Mm-mm.
It says, hopefully this version will allow PlayStation 4 owners to play with everybody else, but we can't be sure. It's pretty good.
Snap.
So I mentioned earlier I tried watching a little bit of electronic sports this weekend.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
Yeah, I don't know, but one thing I'm familiar with real sports is trades and teams, and I watched basketball.
Go Bears.
I love
yeah,
that that's
see?
the basis of sports for this podcast.
It is.
Outside of me.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I watched sports when I was younger, but it wasn't until basketball that I truly understood.
Yeah, we watched.
Oh, you get it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were
I'm
watching
glad.
2 sports at once.
Right.
That's true. You were watching 2 sports at once?
Yep. The one true sport. Anyway, Overwatch is trading, making its first league trades. Can you explain a little bit more of this, Matthew? Because I
mean,
can read. I'm reading this sentence, but I'm going to read the sentence. Okay.
go ahead.
Dallas Fuel picking up DPS player Dylan, AKM Big Net, who used to play for a French team called Rogue, while Florida Mayhem announced that they've picked up Saya player Jung Woo and Kim Awesome Guy Sung Hoon, both of whom used to play for notoriously creative Korean team Meta Athena. Mayhem also signed a deal with Meta Athena coach Hyunjun R2 Choi.
Sounds like a good time. So, all right.
And the Shanghai Dragons still haven't confirmed the big Giguri signing, despite what T-Pain says.
T-Pain.
I don't
And
think it's
then-
the actual T-Pain.
No, it's the actual
Oh,
T-Pain.
the
Verified
actual
on
T-Pain.
Twitter, tweeting saying, "Yes, get it, girl. The world needs more news like this."
What?
And it's him tweeting about a trade
What?
happening
T-Pain.
in.
What?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
What
No.
the fuck is Overwatch anymore? I don't.
So the big thing to take away from this, well, the other esports, like you see shifting around in teams, but there's never like an active like trade for, all right, I'll give you this piece for that piece. And I think that is something new in esports.
Do the players have a say in this?
And that's where I'm getting at. So trades and and essentially if someone gets released from a contract or anything like that, or I don't even know if contracts exist yet in the Overwatch League. Once that starts happening, though, it's gonna get ugly, and then it's gonna end up being like real sports, how there is a players' union and the league union, where like the owners of the teams and essentially a commissioner of some kind argue it out in a collective bargaining agreement with a players' union rep and key players who are nominated to be representatives on the board. Hockey lost an entire season because of negotiations like that.
I remember that.
There was a major baseball strike back in the I think the early 90s that resulted in not the season being lost, but the playoffs being lost. There was never a champion team that year. And the NFL, the NBA, and the other sports, they all continuously go go through those negotiations every 5 or 6 years. That's where this is heading. It's heading into an actual legitimate sport where you have to have the right representation for both teams or both sides. Because, like you said, what does that mean for the players?
Yeah.
It's fucking out of control right now, probably. At least, like, if you're an MLB player, like, yes, you can get traded, but there's certain clauses in your contract. Like, you're getting paid a certain amount. There's a lot of things there that I don't think these eSports contracts, if they exist at all, have. And that's the scary part, and this could become a nightmare in 2-3 years if it's not dealt with properly.
I feel like being one of those players, something like that happens, and you get traded, and you didn't want to, and then you're working with people who don't like you, or vice versa. Like, I wonder how much this would impact your view on the game, and would you still keep playing? And if you are keeping playing, is it just for the money at this point, or is it just because you genuinely like the game? Like, that's shit I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of getting burnt out with stuff like that.
Welcome to professional sports, where like you gotta,
Is that professional? Because it sounds barbaric.
When I was home for lunch today, and I was watching a little bit of the Halo stuff, and it's these fucking guys in suits talking about the shit that's happening, and they're talking about like what a performance out of Doobu Doobu, and I'm like,
let's watch that teabag in slow motion again, shall we?
But like If you didn't speak the same language as the people broadcasting here or on the NFL, and you just flipped to it, and you just heard the cadence of their voice, and you just saw them on the screen, and you didn't actually see the game that they were talking over, if you just saw, you wouldn't, like, the guys here are a little bit younger than the ones that show up on NFL stuff and other major sports, but like, the same thing, it's all the fucking same. But I said to Katie, I was just like, I was like, it's kind of weird that this has come around this way, and it's kind of weird that I'm interested in it in at least some light fashion. And she's like, yeah? And I was like, yeah, I don't know, I kind of like it. And she's like, well, I don't. Just like, still the same shit. And I was like, yeah, but it's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay, so when you were reading that sentence, it said there was a DPS player. So there's like, each person has like a specific role.
I guess in Overwatch, yeah, there's someone.
Yeah, I mean, and once again, like I'm bringing it back to real sports. Like there's legitimate roster construction on the team. So
yeah,
like,
true.
You want to find someone who does well at a tank, does well at a DPS, does well as a healer.
Yeah, I guess I just assumed that everybody was just good at every part, but then they would just assign to maybe someone just does just a little.
No, you don't want to play to your strength. You don't want to have a fucking kicker throwing the being a quarterback.
Well, I mean, maybe something happens and you just have to fill that role, and then it's like, all right, well then. Then
you'd probably bench players that were, hey, here's our DPS bench. You got first, second, third string DPS players. Like that makes total sense to me.
I don't even know. So like, I don't even know what kind of players you would need for a team to make a team like that. Like,
well, that's where you're general manager of the team.
And then
that's where they wheel and deal with players. And
this is all.
It's turning into a real fucking thing real fast.
Yeah, like I've never had that kind of communication with any of my friends whenever we play stuff. It's just we see what works and then just. Maybe last minute we'll communicate like where to go or what to do exactly, but we don't have like a specific role for each person. But I guess that's where Overwatch comes in because they have hits hero based already.
But yeah, like
a specific role.
Me seeing that trade, like they need a DPS player. That's no different than the Washington Capitals, a professional hockey team, right now needing a depth defenseman to make a deep playoff run this year.
Right,
like, they need that piece to become a more solidified team.
And you take that to Halo though, you're all the same. The only thing that changes is the weapon you pick up, maybe.
But
maybe the way you play.
Depends on the mode you're playing, right?
But I mean, look at Counter-Strike.
Just it's like team deathmatch, for example.
Yeah.
But like Counter-Strike, you have your professional AWPer. Like you have that one person with an AWP that.
Yeah. You have your snipers, you have your flankers, whatever. But like, I don't know. It's just.
It's weird when it's team based. Like again, my exposure to esports has always been that 1v1, and you're rooting for a single person to rise the ranks, and like this is different because it's just like. It's a different, different approach.
That's definitely interesting.
I'm telling you guys, it's getting real weird, real fast now.
And it'll happen very fast.
And also, the other thing to take from the article was ESPN reported something. Hold on.
Right. That article cites ESPN talking about Overwatch, and it's like,
so when are we getting ESPN 8 the Ocho?
Not soon enough, man.
They aired basketball on that channel. Basketball, sorry. Forget the two. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, 30 million 30
That's a new
million.
number.
Yeah, that's a big number. 30 million sales reported this week. But player count dropping a little bit. Active players, not at an all-time low by far, but there's a steady decline, and it saw the most significant drop in players since launch. Drop has continued since January.
Sounds inevitable.
It is, but I wonder how much of it is because, like, a lot of the chatter I've heard around people playing on PC is that it's the thing that's driving them away is the cheating. Because the game's still the game, right? And you're either going to want to keep doing that or you're not. But you get in and, like, a lot of people I've heard, like, just anecdotally, like, yeah, I played a game the other day and then I got shot in the head through a wall in the middle of nowhere with no windows or anything. And it was like, you know, the just cheating in that game is so rampant. In January alone, 1 million players banned for cheating. However, that was after they'd already said we took out 1 million cheaters. So it's like it's just never ending. I don't know.
I don't know, but like the other thing with that game, I mean, I know like that has its hooks in a lot of people, but I mean, someone has a breaking point at some point, and
Yeah.
that game has not really done anything besides a new map, which has not received the best critical praise.
No, but they just changed that map a little bit.
They added some more stuff, and I haven't revisited that map since then. But I mean, generally though, that map hasn't received the best praise. So I mean, you take that away, nothing's really changed in that game since its release, besides some polish and some other stuff.
And the fact that I got a chicken dinner the other day.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, boy.
Now this
good,
was solo or grouped?
Group. We're in a group. There's a squad, me, my brother, and my sister's boyfriend's kid, Zach. We're in a squad. We jumped in. We were all the way at the end.
Was this the day your brother got out of school early?
Oh man.
Yeah, work. Yeah, my brother will often get rain. Not often, but some days he'll get a rain day where he does not have to go to work because of the rain. And on this particular day, he got out because of the rain. And he was so excited, he stopped a man who was just trying to walk home. He said, so I wake up to a video from my brother. It's a 2-minute video of my brother just talking to a stranger on the street. And he told me after the fact, he pulled over his car in the middle of a fucking main road, put the hazards on, rolled down his window, sir. And he pulled the guy over just to let him know. He was like, I just want to let you know, I got out of work early today, and I'm going to go home and play PUBG all day long. Which place do you think I should I go? Should I drop into Pachinki, or I was really thinking school? Because if I go to school and if I get the right drop, blah blah, and it kept going. It was good, very good. But yes, that day was the day.
Nice.
That's all that.
Sounds like a good day.
I was like, well, if you're in, I'm in. So yeah, I played that a bunch, and then we got down. It was 4 left. And I was like, well, we're all alive. If there's 4 left, that means there's only one motherfucker, and this circle's real tiny. We narrowed him down. He was behind a tree. And I was, like, firing at him. I got a couple good shots, and I think one more would have did it, but he threw a grenade. And the circle was so fucking small, like there wasn't any. And it was that small-ass circle where if you step outside, you're good as dead. Mm-hmm. So he downed us, and then it was just downed me and my brother, and then Zach got the fucking kill finally. Oh, I was screaming. It was so good. It was a really good feeling. Really, really, really good feeling. Jeez. It's the opposite of the feeling you get when you read about a rumor about a new Sonic racing game. We talked about this not too long ago. I don't even remember who I talked about it with. I'm looking at both of you, and I don't remember which one of you were on the podcast when we talked about this. But that Sumo Digital leak kind of thing.
I was one.
Yeah. Remember we talked about the slides leaking that kind of indicated that they were working on a kart racing game.
Mm-hmm. We were hoping for,
and we were kind of assuming that's probably a Sonic one. because they made
Sega All Stars.
right. Sega we were hoping it was a Sega
Sega
All Stars
yeah.
one. That's what we were hoping for, because they made 2 of those that were pretty dang good. Now, by way of Reset Era, by way of the Sonic Stadium forums, there's a poster from that forum who previously made accurate leaks about Sonic Forces, is now stating that the new sumo kart game is ditching the All-Stars and focusing exclusively on Sonic and his friends. So I looked into this too.
Guarantee you,
On the
All Stars will be DLC.
I don't know, man. On the heels of the sumo leak, there was another, not leak, but a toy manufacturer who made toys for the previous games had come out and said, we're making toys for a Sonic racing game that's coming out this year. And then, what's his name? Aaron Weber? Is that their community manager? The guy with all the memes. He got out on Twitter and said, saw a lot of rumors this week about a new Sega All-Stars Racing. Just want to say that's not happening.
Bitch.
So, yeah, and then he said there's not a new Sega All-Stars Racing. That toy company said they're making stuff for Sonic Racing. And then there's something getting revealed at the South by Southwest Sonic the Hedgehog panel, which is a few weeks away.
That makes sense.
There was something I wanted to point out that don't know if it will relate to that or not.
Yeah.
I remember seeing something on Namco's Twitter, and it was a video of Pac-Man, like somebody in a suit, and they went to, I think, oh, here it is. So it's a video of him. He's walking around. He's going to an arcade, playing the Pac-Man arcade game, and he gets a phone call, and it's from Sonic. And then Pac-Man walks out of the arcade, and then that's it. And it just says an invite. Who could this be from? Either way, we're so in.
Interesting.
That's all I've seen since then. That was like that was posted 2 days ago.
Weird.
Like it zooms in on Pac-Man's phone.
Yeah.
Straight up Sonic the Hedgehog is calling him.
That's weird.
So I don't know if that's going to be related in any way to this game.
Hopefully this is all fucking weird red herrings, and we end up with a badass All-Stars game co-developed by Bamco that brings us. I don't know.
Bamco seems to be doing pretty good lately.
Yeah.
They have a lot of properties. Yeah, that's strange. It's pretty strange.
Yeah. Season 3. Year 3. Season 3? Year 3. Year 3. Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, so
details are out.
Yes, so yesterday, by the time this goes up, during the Grand Finals of the Invitational, they released some details of what's to come in Year 3. And of course, you got your new operators and stuff like that you can buy and all that good stuff. However, what I found to be truly cool and unique, all those familiar bomb sites, those objective rooms, they're going to reorganize them. Essentially, the maps that you've come to know and love, maybe the maps themselves, the geometry of them aren't getting changed much. But the bomb locations, I think some camera placements, some stuff like that, they're getting some reworks on some of the maps, especially like the older maps that we've had since launch.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool to change around maps like that, especially as new operators come out. There's probably, at this point, I mean, some of those operators are probably in mind when the maps were being made, but at this point, I doubt all of them were. So doing the remap of that will introduce a new meta to the Pro League. On top of that, on the Pro League, there's actually going to be a banning phase now. It's going to be 2 defenders and 2 attacker operators will be banned during the operator selection, just like
Dota.
Kind of sort of similar to Dota.
Yeah.
So they're making a lot of weird changes to Year 3, but I'm very excited about that map. And one of them includes, I think, a total facelift of one of the maps called Hereford Base. totally changing the way that looks, and I think the geometry as well. So we're essentially getting a whole new map from a familiar map. So I don't know, like the same, like as much as I play that game, like you tend to see like this, every once in a while, because there are the operators you have now, like they alter the map in ways that will like, funnel the attackers into a certain way, but occasionally you're going to end up seeing like the same peak angles, the same all that stuff. It's nice to think we're going to get a whole new way of attacking a building that we didn't have before. And some of those, I'll be honest, some of those attacking places or some of those like objective places in those maps are terrible to defend, or extremely easy to defend depending on the placement. So it'd be nice to mix it up and see how that shakes up the meta, and if it's a little bit more balanced in those little areas that aren't so balanced. Like one of them is right in the front door. Like, yeah, there are ways to counter it, but like when you're playing casual with people who've never played before or barely played or aren't taking it seriously, like no one knows how to guard a front fucking door in that game. Right. So it kind of makes it tough in some regards. But yeah, it's going to be nice to see those changes to a game 3 years now into its life cycle. Still getting tons of DLC. They just changed up the starter editions now, and the regular game. The regular game's now going to have all the original operators at start. You won't have to unlock them as you go. The starter edition, instead of having only somewhere between 2 to 4 operators unlocked at launch, you would now, I think, have up to 6 if you wanted to, or it might be 6 operators on each side, so it could be up to 12. I did not see all the details of that yet. And in a couple weeks here, we're going to get the Operation Outbreak free new mode. It's only for a limited time, but I have a feeling this is going to be something that might stick around or come in cycles. It's an alien, like it's pretty much like a zombie alien invasion thing. Kind of, I get the gist of think COD zombies, but with all the operators of Rainbow Six to make some defenses really, truly.
Oh, that's
unique.
real weird.
I have not seen the footage of that today. I was a little busy to go back and rewatch it. I heard some mixed feelings about it, but hey, it's free. I don't have to pay for it, so what are we complaining about?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's still a game that I am curious to try.
That's one of the games, in my opinion. If you're watching eSports, it's easier to watch than Halo or an Overwatch. Those games are meant to be fast paced. Rainbow Six now, like once like the last 30 seconds happens, it kind of like happens. It's very fast, but the build up to attack the objective and to like pretty much try to breach an objective area all at one time, and to see how that formula is kind of rinse and repeat in different ways is kind of cool. And it's very slow paced, especially at the beginning of that game. I think makes it a little bit easier to watch, in my opinion, than other things like Dota and stuff like that. But yeah, big changes coming. I'm excited, especially now that I'm back into it.
I want more games to do this. I think they are. I think that's kind of evident. But yeah, I
the only other game with a starter edition that I can think of is going to be Splatoon 2. That's why I said I have good feelings about Splatoon 2 now with that name.
Man, I've always had good feelings about Splatoon 2. I tell you what.
I have even better feelings now. However, they still need to fix some things on that online infrastructure.
I know. Our final story for the week, and then it's chicken nugget time. I always think we're going to wrap up at like an hour and a half, and then just fucking 2 hours, man. It's all right. This is a good one. You guys remember those PlayStation Amiibo?
Yeah.
They're not Amiibo, but yeah.
Right. There's more. And, well, there's something from Sea of Thieves in them.
Wait, what?
So, all right.
Say something here. Sea of Thieves is a Microsoft.
It sure is. It sure is. So our first wave was announced back in January. Here's the list of the first wave. Sackboy, the Pfizer FX350, a car from Wipeout, or a vehicle from Wipeout. Crash from Crash Bandicoot. Heihachi Mishima, the Hunter from Bloodborne. Parappa, and Kratos. The second wave has been announced. Sonic, from Sonic the Hedgehog, a Gold Hoarder from Sea of Thieves, Jin Kazama from Tekken,
Okay.
Evan from Ni no Kuni 2, and Atreus from God of War.
Is Atreus the son?
Yes, he would appear to be the son.
Okay. Yeah,
And then it turns out that these are not PlayStation. It's a GameStop ThinkGeek toy line.
So
Okay.
wait.
That apparently
Are the bases of the platforms, are they in a cross?
Yeah.
Just like the PlayStation ones?
Yeah.
And see, I've pulled another list here from Reset Era that includes like things like Blue Eyes White Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I remember that. Actually, you can, the ones that haven't even came out yet, you can already like pre-order apparently.
Yeah.
Aloy and Aloy. by
Aloy,
yourself,
a Watcher, Lemmings.
Evan, I don't know who that is, but from a Ni no Kuni property character.
Yeah. And that's Sony, right?
Yeah, that is.
It's exclusive to Sony, but they're not
yeah.
publishing it.
Another Wipeout character here, but Space Invaders.
Yeah,
I'm seeing some weird stuff.
I don't know, man. So these are called Totaku. We'll see.
So that's like the first Xbox one on there?
Yeah, seems weird.
But remember, this was originally reported as Sony, so this.
That's
whole
the weird thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. But they look cool. They're detailed. I just don't know if I want them. There's a few that I like.
I
but,
can see me getting a Crash or a Parappa.
Yeah, but
Not the Hunter, really. Anyone?
the what?
The Hunter? No one?
No, that's the one. Like I would get the Hunter, but like I don't know what to do. Like, do they do what the Amiibo? They give me all sorts of great things: joy, pleasure, pain.
I didn't think you were gonna go there with that, but yeah.
I was like, I guarantee if those Lucas and Ness ones didn't do anything for the games, you would still have bought them.
Yeah, I fucking camped out for Ness.
Has anyone tried putting Ness or Lucas just on random things on the Switch platform that unlock Mother 3?
I put it on
think he's
every
tried everything.
single fucking game that allows you to add an amiibo. I touch it.
You see,
with
that's
that.
the thing that allows you to add amiibo. Have you tried the games that don't? Maybe that's to see, because we found that golf game in the fucking remnants of the Switch.
Look, I'm always throwing those two amiibo at anything I can. Yeah. And you too, Shu. You too soon shall do the same.
Look, I'm already a little bit more excited at the prospect of having Mother 3 over here. More than I was 24 hours ago. I'll say that. I don't know if I'm buying a shirt that says Region 3 means Mother 3.
You don't have to. I'm buying it for you, motherfucker.
But damn it, I'm more excited now. I'll tell you that.
It's a fucking game, dude. Yeah.
Let me know when you get the Sands.
It's going to take me a while. This is something...
Get to what?
It's an Undertale character.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
fuck. I wouldn't even know.
Did you get that yet?
I haven't gotten the pickles themselves, but...
Well, you don't get... I don't think you have
Oh,
yet.
okay.
But
All
you
right.
met the guy?
I met the guy. He took a picture outside my house.
Yeah, he did.
It was at a weird time, too, because it was as a lonely dog was about to attack me. He took a good time to...
Mm-hmm. Hold on, please. Can I take your picture?
Just lost Buzz, man. Can you just not
fuck
not right now?
All right. I'm going to go get those McNuggets. Or something. I don't know. I need
40 nuggets.
Oh, my God. Dinner is served.
Dude, just hit the 10-piece 4 times on that beautiful touchscreen.
Nah, I'm doing drive-through.
There ain't no touchscreen on that drive-through.
Yeah, this is voice activated.
Oh, yeah. Even better. Well, that's going to do it for episode 236. I've been Joe Dix. I can only do that every 10 episodes. Isn't that fun? That's a lot of fun for me. I don't know about you guys.
Oh.
6. It's every 10, there's a new 6. 26. Oh, I can't even do it every 10 because 16 don't rhyme with that.
Oh, shit.
So only every 90. Don't worry about it.
that doesn't add up.
I do it 90 at a time. And then, yeah.
90 at... Sure.
Math works,
Yeah.
man.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to do the homework for that. No one's.
Yeah. Every 9 weeks.
I know
And
what
then
that
skip
picture
it.
means.
Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Seriously, I always thought that was Lucas and Ness. I didn't understand it.
Oh yeah. Now you get it.
Seriously, I did not completely understand it until now.
Well, we'll be back next week with another thrilling episode and more adventures in ONET, maybe even further. And I'm gonna go beat the game this week too. I'm gonna just dive back in and play it. Yeah, I need it. You can find us all on the internet. If you're not on the Splatfield, you can find us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Marc is at Og_Mental. Matt is at Matty Ice, and I am at The Free Cheese. Go to thefreecheese.com. Send emails to podcast@thefreecheese.com. Eat your McNuggets. We'll see you next week.